Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. My name is Martyn Lucas. I go live up to 10 hours a day. Every trading day, I am here for you. My full commitment is this community that we have grown here online. It's an absolute privilege and honor to be here every day. So let's get ready. Today, of course, Jerome Powell, FOMC report. We'll be covering it live. It hasn't begun yet, but when it does, we will have it live. So stick with us. You are in the right place. Let me bring up all the information on the screen. If you look below, all the links are there, what you need. So if you want to go below and follow my Twitter, if you want to get engaged with all our social media, all the information is there, and all the crypto and indices are updating as well. Okay, we're going to have Jerome Powell in the house very, very shortly. You are in the right place, so don't go anywhere. This is the right place to be. As you can see on the screen, I have been looking at Rumble. I have been taking some positions in Rumble this morning, just a small position just to feel my way into it at the moment. But I am looking at getting a bigger position. I like it. I'm on Rumble right now, streaming on Rumble alongside YouTube, and it's being very effective so far. So I am keeping my eye on that. All right. Let's get right down to it. I'm just going to share the screen now for Jerome Powell. Just one moment. So I'm going to get this up here. Information is updating all the time, so we're just waiting for it. Here is the FOMC report. Let me bring this into this screen up here. There we go. That'll do. Now we can have that back to here. And so let's go over to this main screen. This is where we'll be live very shortly. The FOMC report, it's not started yet. The announcement will be in 28 minutes. We will get the rate of what the rate is in 28 minutes. And then we will get the speech after that. And we'll be there for it live. Okay, fantastic. Who was first in the chat? We've got... in the chat right now, Sensei Crypto, one of our 3 sponsors. How are you, Sensei? Eric, I believe your payment has been declined from your card. Are you leaving the service? Oh, I should have read that first. He was having a private conversation there between Eric B. So I apologize for that, Sensei. I was just reading the comment and I shared it on the screen. Anyway, never mind. It's not exactly a private conversation, right? It's going on online. Right. Let's get ready. Let me bring everybody into Rumble right now. We are live. Here we go. Let me refresh the screen. And how many people have we got joining us there now? Let's have a quick look. Let me say hello to everybody. Hi all. There we go. Welcome back, Zach. Great to have you here. Thank you very much indeed, Zach. It's lovely to be back. Actually, I've had a few upgrades, a few complications. I've bought a new computer. Yeah, it's got the spare one now up and running. So if we ever lose stream again, well, not lose the stream, but if we lose our computer, we can update it. We can replace it straight away. So it's to make sure that I'm always reliable and always here for the members. All right, that's what this channel is all about, after all. Always being live every day. Okay, let's go through all our stocks right now. Just before I do, let's have a quick rundown of all my positions so you can see exactly where we are and what we're preparing this afternoon. Okay, we're off 1,100 away from an all-time high. It's a great place to talk to members. You can actually private message during the chat as well if you want to. There's a way for you to do that. If you want to private message, you can during the conversation, I believe. I've never done that, but I believe you can. Anyway, let's go through it now. Let's look at our live positions. Here is my overall portfolio. 40,000 is about the all-time high, so we're not far off that. My Roth IRA is down by about $1,000 though, and that's because of Tesla and Virgin Orbit. My overall balance, 53,294. Okay. All right. There we go. So we're just off it a little bit. Anyway, let's go through all our positions. Welcome everybody over there on Rumble this afternoon. The S&P is up 0.34. Rumble, I bought some today. Now, I am up 0.71. It's just an entry point at this point. I've been buying on the way down. 834 is my average. Now, I am up, obviously, overall. If I sell it all, I'm up. However, I don't want to sell it all. That's not much of a profit, of course. My first shares were bought at 854. 854. So I have to get to 854, and then I can basically sell half my position, bring it back down to 6 shares. I would get a profit, a wash on those shares, but my average is lower. So overall, it will seem like I will have an overall profit, and then buy it back down again and slowly build up my position. I'm on Rumble right now. It seems a good platform. It works for me. I've earned 84 cents in just under a week. It's something, right? It adds to everything. So I'll take it wherever I can. Okay. Virgin Galactic. Down today. Not buying it unless it goes down to 3. Virgin Orbit now barcoding. There you go. Algo barcoding. Rivian today is up 2%. Tesla. I need to sell 2 shares of Tesla at 189. That'll be an all over profit. And that's what I'm looking to do. If I can get Tesla to 189, I can sell 2 shares of Tesla at 189. That is the plan, if I can do it. Okay, so there we go. Lucid, I'm only buying it at 6. Apple, I'm just riding it and holding it. Amazon, I'm holding it now. I've already trimmed off, not doing it anymore. McDonald's, I'm looking for it to go lower. Jerome Powell's speech, we got 20 minutes ago before the announcement of the rate hike. And of course, if it goes up, I benefit from that from the point of view of my Robinhood investing. The APY will go up for uninvested cash. So there's ways to win every situation. Walmart, Tesco, Next Era Energy up 0.06. I think that's my only position I hold. Yes, it is on my main account. I'm just holding it long term. Next Era Energy, Enphase had a nice rally today, but remember we are down 30.69%, down $440. We're talking about what's losses. Where's my losses come? Enphase Energy is a bit of that, and we can see why it fell off here. I think it was the earnings there. It was April 25th, wasn't it? I think that was their last earnings. Was it April 25th? If I click on that, it will tell me, but I think it was. Anyway, they beat earnings, but it just wasn't by the amount as it normally goes up by. But they beat earnings, and I think there's an overreaction. So I bought. No, I didn't buy any actually at the time. I didn't have enough money to buy some, but it's a bit of a shame because it was quite a drop. It was plus 11. Yeah, there it is. There's your 30% drop there. Plus, yeah, there it is. There's a 30% drop there. If I'd bought that, that would have been quite nice for me. But I didn't, and it's starting to rally up. It was down as low as 8, and now it's down as much as 5. So we gained 3% in the last week, or thereabouts. But I didn't buy any more. I've got a big enough position in it at the moment. Bitcoin today is up 0.34. Sensei, it's his birthday today. So we would like... Oh, hang on a minute. What's happened to the lights? The lights have just changed here in the studio. Just noticed the lights have just changed. Let me change them back. There we go. We had a slight light change in the studio. Sensei, it's your birthday. Are we celebrating your birthday in the closing bell this afternoon? That's probably the best time. Does that suit you? Let me know. Coinbase got now where to go, but Minal, can you rephrase your conversation? Your question, I didn't get it. What are you predicting for the Fed Jerome report? Well, I've covered all my bases. If it goes up, it's fine. If it goes down, it's fine. I've got buy orders in place to buy. So I've got money if it drops down, and I've got profits to take if it goes up. What I expect is a 0.25, as does everybody else. What we're hoping, though, what we need, what we want, is for him to say 0.25 and we are done. We've achieved what we want to do. There's no way he's going to say that, but that's what we want. If he could say that, then we would be laughing. That's what we want to hear. But that isn't going to happen, I don't think. But that's what we want. I don't know. Other than that, that's the honest truth, I'm afraid. I wish I could give you more, but that's all I have. Meta had a little drop today. It was up 0.9 and it went down 2. Yeah, like a 3% swing there today for Meta. If you'd been able to catch that. Coinbase can still go lower. They're playing with fire, threatening the SEC. Aha, thank you very much indeed. Can we look at Coinbase looking tempting if it drops a bit lower? Yes, we can. It's in my Roth IRA, so let me go over to it. Coinbase. I made some money on Coinbase the other day. I just bought a couple of shares and sold it. Took a profit. Let me have a quick look. Coinbase. Oh, I see. Yeah. I just realized what you're talking about. Didn't notice that. Coinbase down 3% today. It was lower. It was down as low as 4.5%. So it's gained a bit. Yeah, I'm down overall 8%. That's when I normally buy in. 49. That's when I normally buy in. I think I've missed it now. But even so, it is lower. My average on this one is 54.10. So it is a decent little drop. I don't know if I've got any money to buy a whole share. No, not quite. That's okay. Yeah, there's Coinbase. If it goes to the expected 0.25, how will the market react? Well, it's already been priced in. That's not what the market is waiting for. We all know that. My lights are playing up. What's going on with my lights here? My lights are playing up. Unfortunately, I can't get up to the studio to repair it right now. There's one light that keeps flashing on and it keeps changing my light scene. But anyway, never mind. It is what it is. Right. Let's go now over to Bloomberg and see what's waiting there. Oh, by the way, crypto bubble this afternoon. Have you seen this? This will jump out at you. Look at this. In fact, I need to make a quick video on this because this is quite dramatic. Let's have a little look. SUI. Let's have a look. SUI. That's quite a dramatic token. Let's bring up some information. Okay. Here we go. Let's do that now. Coinbase is just rallying, by the way. If you've jumped in there, you've made a nice little position on Coinbase. Right, we'll do it now quickly. We've got time. The time now is, for the video, 14 minutes. Okay, we'll do this now because that's quite a swing. 14, and it is SUI. Okay, here we go. Right. That's quite a thing. Let's have a look. Okay. Go over to my production screen a moment. And let's have a look at it. Breaking news here on Martyn Lucas Investor. SUI, look at this for a drop today, 69.9%. Why is it down? I'm going to read you now some of the news. SUI is at $4.52. It was, and it's dropped down to $1.24. What a drop that is. Let's find out why. It's ranked 66. Market cap is 719.14 million. And as you can see, it's on our crypto bubbles today, reacted the most of all our crypto bubbles today. You can see quite a dramatic decline. But let's look at the news and see why. SUI token down 37%. This was this morning at nears 1 billion in volume following network launch. Okay. But traders that got the token in at pre-sale and ICO 0.03 and 0.1 respectively are comfortably in the green. Not the rest of us though, if you've just got into today. Let's have a quick look at it. SUI's mainnet went live on Wednesday without a hitch, catapulting the Layer 1 blockchain's SUI token into the top 100 largest cryptocurrencies by market cap. Yet some traders are undoubtedly seeing red as SUI slides on its first day. Since SUI began trading this morning on crypto exchanges like Binance, OKX, KuCoin and Bybit, the coin has fallen roughly 37% to 1.37 from $2.16 according to CoinGecko. This was this morning, so it's a few hours now out of date. Its market cap currently sits at 716 million, blowing past meme coins like Pepe. We talked about Pepe yesterday, our frog asset. So there we go. Let's read a little bit more. Just a few moments more. Accordingly to its fully diluted valuation, FTV, which accounts to the value of tokens that aren't yet circulating, SUI is valued at an eye-popping 13.7 billion as of this writing. The blockchain's total number of tokens is capped at 10 billion, and its initial circulating supply was around 528 million, equal to 5.2% of all tokens. So what do you think? Are you in this one? It's quite a dramatic drop. It does stand out today. The leader right now, as you can see, is FTT up 9.9%, but SUI at 70% now. It's gone down since I was talking about it. That very often happens when I talk about it. So anyway, if you like this video, smash it. If you leave a comment below, I will answer your questions. I do answer everyone's questions. And I would love your thoughts on SUI. What do you make of that? What a dramatic day for that. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. All right, that'll go out as a video later. Let me just zoom in here, though. I want SUI. I want to make a thumbnail out of that. In fact, I'll be able to get it from that, so I won't need that. Okay, let's go back now to our main positions. We are not that far away, just 12 minutes ago before we get to the announcement. We are looking forward to that. Let's have a quick look. TO Roll says it could go slightly down because some speculate on the pause. It could. Then waiting on the remarks. Indeed, VCs are pulling profits. UNO. There you go. Okay. Let's go over now to Bloomberg and see all our files, all our information coming in. Awaiting Fed rate decision. We are live. We are listening in.
Where's the 10-year yield, the metric that we're using here to guesstimate the inversion of 3 months 10s is miserable-like? Where's the 10-year yield 3 meetings from now, 4 meetings from now, 5 meetings from now?
Lower. And I think it's because the economy, to the earlier discussion, the economy is responding to the lagged impact of rate hikes. I think that's more the boa constrictor. But then you've also got the grizzly bear, to use Lisa's.
We'll come back to that in a few moments' time. We are listening in. We are watching Bloomberg, and we have also got Sky News as well, looking at the nurses in the UK on strike. Terrible situation, of course. Over there in the UK, everything's getting more and more expensive. People need to strike left, right, and centre. Hi, Martyn. Good to see you back. Fatso talk stocks. It's great to be back. I've had to invest, dig deep. My computer broke. It's been repaired now. I needed a new battery. It's my backup now. If the computer ever fails, I bought a Mac Studio. So it's much better. You can see a much smoother stream, much better audio, much better visuals. And of course, now I've got a backup. So I had to invest. It cost me $4,000, 12 months finance to pay for it. The only way I could afford it. There's no money in the bank right now, but I've got to be here online for you. I've got to be live. I appreciate all the support I've had from all of you. And it's my commitment to you and the program. What we're doing here is full commitment, and so it's great to see you back with me. Thank you very much. We need an inverse Martyn talks about it IDTF. That's good. I like that. All right. Okay. Welcome everybody over there on TikTok. Welcome everybody on Rumble, Twitter, YouTube, wherever you're watching me right now. It's good to have you here. And we're getting ready now for Fed Jerome Powell. We have just under 10 minutes to go. In fact, just over 8 minutes to go now. So where are we going to go with this? The S&P. What's my plan? Well, I have orders to buy my all-time lows in my Roth IRA. I buy it in my Roth IRA because that is where I can trade it tax-free. That's where I can sell it. That's how I make the money. The Roth, the main account, I just hold it. We bought some Rumble today. Didn't go up enough to make any profit just yet. Virgin Galactic only worth $3. Virgin Orbit is barcoding out of existence. Rivian is up to date. Still down 22%. I don't believe I have it on my Roth. I do. There you go. Actually, I'm only down 1.73. I've got some potential profit coming shortly for Rivian. Didn't even notice that was climbing up there. That's pretty good to see. Tesla, if we can get Tesla to 189, I will sell 2 shares. We need a Mayor balance transfer. If that's what I did with my M2 Max 3300 laptop spread over 2 or 3 years, MacBook Pro. I had a MacBook Pro, yes. I had a MacBook Pro 16-inch, and I've kept it because it's my backup. But I bought a Mac Studio, which is phenomenal. And I'll give you an example of how much better it is. When I loaded my studio in the morning, I load about 50 windows on one screen, 50 windows on another screen on Google Chrome, and it would take about 4 or 5 minutes for all 100 windows to open and load and log in and so on. On my Mac Studio, it takes a second. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. The fans don't come on. It runs cool. It is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely, what a difference that was. And also, my cameras are smoother. You can see everything smooth across the bottom. Everything is better. But that's not why I bought it. I couldn't afford just to buy it to make it better. I mean, I can't. But I'm glad I did, because now I've got a backup if there's an issue again. I went offline for nearly a week, and I lost a lot of money. I had several people unmember. Obviously, I earned no super chats. Nothing got watched because my videos are all current. I lost money, and I had to spend, a fortune as well. So there it is. Anyway, it's good to be back. Jerome Powell, 6 minutes to go. We are ready and waiting. So if the stocks go up, I'm trimming off the top from Tesla. If it goes down, I've got buy orders in place. I've got buy orders in place for everything that I want to buy. And that is only things that actually make money. Things that actually make money is what I'm looking for. All right. That's what I'm looking for. I've got an order for McDonald's. I've got an order for VU, Coca-Cola, and J&J. I've got orders placed for those. I did have an order for Google. That went through. And then I made a profit from it. And then I bought Rumble this morning with the profit. Google's continued to go up. So I'm just down. I've got my main position, but this is just my trading position as well. Rumble has come up since I bought it. I am up overall. If I want to sell the whole thing back out, I can. That was my one share of Google there. But there we go. So if things go to all-time lows, we get a dramatic drop, I will pick up some stocks, and that'll be great. If they go up, I'm looking to trim off the top from Tesla. That's what I'm planning to do. Sell your old one that you just repaired. I could, but it's still outperforms any laptop more than $2,000. And Apple only want to give me $500 for it. So it seems a bit crazy selling it. I mean, it's probably, if somebody wanted a computer, they would happily pay me because it's mint condition. There's not a scratch, not a mark on it, and now it's all been replaced in the innards and up, the new battery and so on. It's mint condition, 16-inch MacBook Pro, spec'd out, the highest spec one. And it's probably worth about $1,000 to somebody buying it from me, but Apple only wanted to give me $500, so I wasn't prepared to sell it for $500. That seems pretty ridiculous, doesn't it? Anyway, Mullen just announced 1 to 25 reverse split Tilray. Mullen, that was a few weeks ago. That reverse split, and what happened? It continued to collapse. Or was that Arrival? Am I thinking of Arrival? Anyway, Tilray up 6%. Should we have a quick look at Tilray? Tilray's up 6%. Yes, very nice indeed. I'm out of the money. I'm still out with the money by 5.5%. I haven't bought any more. I've got it in my long-term position as well. I'm down 13% in my long-term position, but there we go. Yeah, I mean, sell it online, not to Apple. Apple love to rob people. Yeah. Yes, I could, because I've got no use for it. It's sat at the side of me here. But the thing is, I didn't just buy a new Mac Studio because I wanted performance. I bought it because I wanted a backup. So that's it. Anyway. Right, we're coming down to it now. 2 minutes to go, 2.5 minutes to go for the announcement. We're getting ready now. Zooming in on Bloomberg. Here we go. Any moment now.
I think not in terms of monetary policy. In terms of supervision, I think Vice Chair Barr's report did put the blame a bit on the rules as well as Fed supervisors, which I thought was very brave of the Fed. So I think they might refer to that.
We've got 2 minutes to go. Is this the real Kahine? There is no badge, another fake. Yeah, there's several accounts from Mohammed Kahine that aren't real accounts. The real one is a gold member. I don't think this is the real one. You're absolutely right. That's a very good point. Meta's going up. And Top Rat, please kindly name 2 US stocks shall be very much sensitive to the Fed decision. Thanks. Oh, well, of course, Tesla will react to what they say. But any stocks particularly? Well, I mean, if it's great news, then defensive stocks, of course. 1 minute to go, folks. Here we go. Defensive stocks can be sold off as source of funds, like J&J and Coca-Cola. If it goes down, then these stocks will do well. It depends what it does. All right. Anyway, let's go over to it now. Imminent.
Most important issue we want to know right now is how much do they see credit tightening conditions tightening. I think it's easy for the Fed to say we're divorcing combating inflation and rapid rate hikes from financial stability, but breaking up is hard to do. And in fact, the Fed has always use
Seconds to
rate
go.
cuts as a form of stabilizing financial markets. That's not an option when they're combating inflation.
True. Dan, thanks for being with us alongside Priya Misra, Matt Lazzetti, Dan Swank there. We are about 60 seconds away from a Federal Reserve decision. Live on TV and radio, special coverage will continue. 30 minutes after that, we'll have a news conference with Chairman Jay Powell. TK, what are you looking for in the next minute?
What I'm looking for in the next minute is definitions of pause. There's 18 ways they can say pause. I hate this phrase, hawkish pause. We're going to have a hawkish pause.
Got
Here
no
we
idea
go.
what we're going
A
to get.
dovish action. It's just a primal scream to not do what your mandate is and to go somewhere with a slower U.S. economy. And the bet's out on this. I mean, you take Ed Hyman, he's looking
Markets
for
pumping.
second half recession, much like Matt Lazzetti, and you look at Neil Dutta going completely the other
Markets
way.
going well.
I'm going to look for control find regional banks. That's it. I'm going to look for
In a
control
statement.
find
In a
lending
statement.
standards, control find credit tightening. I want to understand what they know about this.
Decision 15 seconds away. Here's the price action going into it. Positive 0.3% on the S&P 500.
It's all going
Your bond
up.
market shaping up as follows: 2-year, 10-year, 30-year. The 2-year 392.84 on a 10-year yield 337.49. With the decision, here's Mike McKee.
A hawkish pause. Fed officials, as expected, raised their target rate by 25 basis points to 5 to 5.25%. But they go on to suggest that the longest and the steepest tightening cycle since the 1980s may be about over. The statement drops wording anticipating some additional policy firming, now saying the committee will closely monitor incoming information and assess the implications for monetary policy. In determining the extent to which additional policy firming may be appropriate, the committee will take into account the cumulative tightening of monetary policy, the lags with which monetary policy affects economic activity and inflation, and economic and financial developments. The vote was unanimous. The economic summary notes a modest pace of growth in the first quarter, robust gains, job gains, and still elevated inflation. Lisa, don't worry about the control search function because
So
there's
there
no
we go.
change in
There
their
is the
estimate of
news
financial
as
stability
we
situation.
expected. We
They go on
said
to
it
repeat
would go up 0.25, and it has, and it sounds pretty good language. Of course, it's all about the presentation, which is what comes in half an hour. So let's look at our positions and let's go through all our stocks. So this is why I'm always fully invested. So 40,000 is our all-time high. If we can get through there, that'll be great. There's my Roth IRA. 14.5 is my all-time high. So I'm about $1,100 away from my all-time high at the moment. 53,272. It's quite muted because we anticipated this 0.25. That was no surprise. If it had been 0.5%, we'd have been in trouble. But 0.25 is great. If it would have been a 0, oh my God, it would have exploded. But anyway, the good news is it's 0.25 as expected. Let's go through our stocks and see what's moving. Okay, so the S&P. It's all about what happens in 27 minutes, okay? It's what the Fed, what Jerome Powell says at the meeting, and we will cover that live in a few moments. You will not miss it. We'll be there very, very shortly for it. So stick with us. You're going to get Jerome Powell's speech in a few moments' time. So you are in the right place. There it is. That's where we'll be joining it live in just a few minutes' time. Right, the S&P is dropping now. What is moving? Let's go through all our positions. We've got Tesla. We're trying to sell at 189. The S&P is going down, which means Apple will be moving. If we go to Apple right now, let's have a quick look. You can see Apple just falling off a bit. Nothing massive at all. It's all good as far as I'm concerned, but we are keeping a close eye on all of this. And all we can do now is wait the next few minutes and find some opportunity. Amazon, nothing is really giving up much. This is all expected. You've got source of fund stocks like McDonald's could be sold off if people think growth is around the corner. It's not, of course. We've always said it's going to be the summer, at the late spring summer, which is where we are. Another month or two, we're getting there. But not quite yet. Some people say end of the year into next year. I say quite possibly this summer, bull market. So the defensive stocks could be stripped out a little bit. Take some profits from those. Let's see what our Rumble is doing at the moment. Still rumbling along, not really making any money on it just yet. Tesco is up. Next Era Energy is up. Enphase is up 3%. That's nice to see. I'm still out of the money by 30% on it. Let's have a look. Let's read some of these comments. Not bad. Our friend from Korea, welcome to you. Market taking it well so far. Bullish for stocks, I think. Yes, I think so. As I said, slightly down at first. IMGN is up 130%. Very nice indeed if you've got that. Congratulations to you. Bitcoin is flat right now. Nothing too exciting with Bitcoin. Tilray is up 5%, just falling back slightly. Robinhood. Let's go. I'm down 9% on my Roth position. I've got, I'm down 9%. I've been adding a few more along the journey, but I'm still down 9% on Robinhood at the moment. My main position, there's nothing really in it. It's only my Roth position. I'm really involved in it. SoFi, up today, 0.2. IonQ, 1.41. Canoe is up 4.37. Ford is at 1.14, and Rio Tinto is up 0.76. Pause was never happening. Oh, we knew there was going to be no rate hikes, no pause this time. It's what comes next, though. Okay, so let's have a look at our poll. This is what you voted on. If you've not yet voted on it, it's kind of too late now because we know the result. But here is our poll we did on Twitter. I'm running a poll on Twitter asking you on the FOMC rate decision. 66% said a 0.25, and that's what won. A drop, 16% of you said a drop, and 16% of you said more. But there you go. Overwhelming majority of nearly 67% there felt it was going to be a 0.25, which it was. Very, very good indeed. If you took part in that, thank you very much indeed for that. Okay, now then, we're just waiting. We got a good audience on Rumble this afternoon. Welcome to all my Rumble guests. I've just bought a few shares in Rumble. Come into the live chat, let me know you're there, and I'd love to hear from you. Please do join us here on Rumble. Excellent stuff. And we're waiting for Jerome Powell's speech. We are going to listen in when that starts in just a few minutes' time. This is where we will be on the FOMC report. We'll be there live with Jerome Powell in just a few minutes' time. Welcome everybody on TikTok. We're just a few minutes away. In fact, 22 actually minutes away from the speech. The speech is more important. We all knew 0.25 was going to be the rate. It's the speech that is so important. That's what sets the tone. It's about where it's going next. 14% of people didn't have a Scooby-Doo. UNO. What do you expect for Ripple SEC case? I think a ruling anytime next week till the end of the year. Sensei, don't ask me, you're our crypto expert. So, shall we talk about our crypto expert today? Sensei Crypto is in the house. So, let me open up the broadcast lounge, Ali, if you wish to call in. But you hear me mention it a lot. I have a sponsor on my channel, but it's not a sponsor who just pays me money to say things I don't believe in. Sensei Crypto sponsors my channel for $99 a month, as do all my sponsors, and I have 3. And it's a program that I believe in. It's a program that I actually believe in. I am on the Crypto Challenge myself. Now, you can access this information via Ali's Discord server. This is my challenge here, and basically I put in $1,000 and only $500 of it is actually invested. The rest of it is it's in USDC, earning 4%. And as you can see, all time I am up. I only invested. Ignore that says down $88. That's not correct at all. I don't understand how Coinbase works like that, but I only put in $1,000. and only 500 of it is invested in crypto assets, and we're up $107. So we've done very, very well. And you might say, okay, what assets are you in? Well, if I scroll down, I'll share with you my assets. Oh, but I can't. I can't because it's a premium service. Ali lives and breathes crypto, and what he does is he he has his own server. I'm going to give you the link now in the chat. If Ali wants to call in via Discord, you can call in now. There is Ali's server. It's free to access the server. I'll post it 3 times so you can see it. It's free to access it, and when you go over there, you can become part of Ali's premium service should you wish to do so. And I'm going to share with you. Let me just clear that away a minute. I haven't bought any crypto for a while, Ali. That's right? You've not. There's nothing to mention, is there? Let me go and have a look at the T's. I think you've changed it around since I last looked. I'm looking here, trying to find the T's channel. Where is that now? Oh, there it is. T's up at the top. Here we go. Okay, this is the T's channel. This is the T's channel, which you can see on Ali's server. These are the sort of charts, these are the sort of things that he does for you. He lives and breathes crypto. He tells me what to buy, when to buy it, when to sell it. I don't have to concern myself with it whatsoever. Now, it is a premium service. My members here who are on my channel get a lifetime discount. So if you are a member of mine, let me give you Ali's server. I've given you that in the chat. But if I give you my invitation to becoming a member with me, you get a lifetime discount, which makes my members virtually for free. All right, so there we go. There is the invitation to join should you wish to be a member of mine. And here's my Discord channel, and you can access the lifetime discount through my channel. Just go to Ali Tisrow's tips, and of course you'll see all of that once you become a member of mine. I need to upgrade you manually on the show, so we can upgrade you. But there you go. There's a bit about it. It's absolutely great. I'm involved in it. I love it. I use it, and we've got quite a few people who are enrolled in it, and maybe go and check it out. Okay, let me go back over to my screen now, and if Ali wants to call in, he can. Ali, I've just noticed it says Ali Tisrow Tips. Would you like me to change that to Sensei Crypto Tips? In fact, I know the answer. I should do that. I should do that now. Otherwise, nobody will know who you are, will they? So, Sensei Crypto. I just noticed that. Tips. There we go. I've just changed it. Sensei Crypto Tips. Ali Tisrow. And I'll put in Sensei Crypto Tips. There we go. Sensei Crypto. Okay. So now we all know who you are. I've just upgraded that now. Yes, please. Thanks. I've just done that. So there you go. Sensei Crypto Tips has been updated now. So that should work. And there it is. Whoops. I just smashed into the microphone. Sorry about that over on TikTok. Just smashed you all about there. Right. That's all been done. Right. We've got 15 minutes to go before we get the announcement. Well, not the announcement. We've had the announcement. We're now waiting for the speech, which is much, much more important. Ed Nevius. Now, Ed Nevius is running our biggest ever giveaway on our channel. Ever. We're giving away a $1,025 prize. $125 in cash. Yes, you heard me right. $125 in cash. It's our best ever giveaway. It's free to enter at $125 in cash, and the rest of it is 15 hours one-on-one training with Ed Nevius, our scalp trader, chart reader. There it is in the chat. I'll show you what it looks like. It's free to enter. The competition will be drawn and ends next Friday, not this Friday coming, Friday after. Here is the competition, and if you scroll down, If any of these things here do not have ticks, and every day we give you new chances to win, you can get more tickets. You only need one ticket to win. There are 42 people who have taken part, just 42. And so there's a good chance to win. And T.O. Roll, I saw that. You watched a few videos. You made some comments. Congratulations. And the more things you do, the more chances you have of winning. 15 hours of one-on-one tuition and $125 in cash. How flipping brilliant is that? Okay. I wish I could enter myself. I would love $125 right now. Go towards my new computer. Okay. Yeah. With all the pressure on interest rate hikes, I'm craving fish and chips now. How weird is that? I always crave fish and chips from Cornwall. Bloody lovely. Right, there we go. The markets are going up. The S&P is going up. Rumble is going up. I'm up 2% now. Now then, 854. If I can get to 854, I can sell. In fact, 841. I'm actually good now. I could actually sell 6 shares if I wanted to now. I could sell half my position. It'd only make me $1 profit, but that's fine. I could do that and then buy it on the way back down again. That was the idea. So 850. Let's see what happens. I want to add to my position, but take profits along the way. Remember, I can trade for free. There's no charge, and there's no tax implications because it is on my Roth IRA. The idea is I want to add to my position. I've got 12 shares. I could sell 6. It's only $1 profit, but $1 is a profit. Puts $50 back in my account, and I buy and I'll buy back those 6 when it goes back down again. That is the idea. I just want it to get a little bit higher. I'd like to get it to 854, and then I'll sell 6. All right, so we'll come back to that in a minute. See if it comes off. Virgin Galactic only worth $3. Virgin Orbit, Rivian, Tesla, we want 189. Let me go back over to Bloomberg. First of all, let me just check in with... we got a good audience today on Discord. Welcome, everybody on Discord. Lovely to have... Sorry, not Discord. Rumble. We've got the announcement, 0.25. This is Rumble right now. This is you watching you. This is here on Rumble right now. And we only launched it a few days ago. I've just bought shares in Rumble. And we just started. We've got 28 followers. It's a brand new challenge, a couple of days old. We've earned 84 cents so far. Very, very nice indeed. And come into the live chat. Let me know who you are, and I'll call out your name. It's wonderful to have you here. Right, 0.25 is the rate hike, and we're waiting for the speech to begin from Fed Jerome Powell. Let's have a quick listen in just for a moment. And we'll have a listen in here.
Market. So when bank lending slows, it'll impact a small business hiring and employment, I think, pretty substantially.
Given that credit interruption, do you agree with Diane Swank and Matt Luzetti earlier, who said that they think that the bar is higher to cut rates than to raise rates again after a pause?
Well, let me think through that. I think that inflation's just too damn high. It's not 3 point something. It's in the 4s. Whatever progress appeared to be evident in the data in the winter has now, if at best, stalled. And so, yes, I think this is a committee that is going to be very reluctant to ease until it really does start to see inflation moving down sustainably. And so I would agree with that.
So right now, as we look at this statement and we understand what you're saying, what more do they have to see in the banking sector in order to say, okay, hold up, this is something really serious that needs a little bit more scrutiny?
We'll come back to that in a few moments' time. We've got 10 minutes to go. The markets are going up. I can share with you all my screens. You can see this is my real shares, my real money. 40,000 is my all-time high. My Roth IRA is about $900 away from an all-time high. 53.3 and 54.4 is my all-time high. $900 away from an all-time high at the moment. Okay, so interesting to see what will happen to my Robinhood Gold. It's 4.4. That should go up now to 4.6 potentially. I mean, Robinhood don't have to increase it, but hopefully they will. They tend to do that. They tend to pass it on to their customers, which is very, very nice of them. In fact, I'll have a quick look while I'm doing this right now. See if there's any announcement yet. It's not announced anything yet. We'll wait and see. But I'd like to see that go to 4.6. Wouldn't that be great? There's always an opportunity to make some money somewhere. Right, the S&P is going up. Let me look on my main brokerage position. I'm up 5.81. The highest I've ever been on the S&P was 6.5%, nearly 7%. So we're a way to go yet. Rumble is 851. Around 8.55, I want to sell half my position and take some profit and do it again. That's the idea. Virgin Galactic is only worth 3 to me. Rivian still continue to climb. My Roth position, I'm down 1.53. Tesla, 189 is what we're looking for. Lucid, it's only worth 6. Apple, up 1. Amazon, doing well. McDonald's, too expensive. Coca-Cola, I'm just holding it. I'm up 6%. Hassan says, hello, how are you? 8 minutes to go before the presentation. We'll be there live. Google, very nice. I sold it to buy Rumble. Sold 1, but nevertheless, I'm holding my main position in my brokerage account. I'm up 19%. I've only got 5 shares of it. It's only 1.48 of my portfolio, but it is oversold in my opinion. So it could easily go up to become 2 or 3% of my portfolio quite easily. Anyway, we shall see how that pans out. Microsoft, Walmart, Tesco, Nexteer Energy, Enphase Energy, 3.3, still 30% away. Bitcoin, 0.3. Tilray, up to date, 5.92. Spell tokens. I don't know what that means. Spell tokens. Is that a question? I don't know what that means. But anyway, welcome Spell tokens. Here's our best ever giveaway coming up in next Friday. $1,025 prize in value, $125 in cash, and 15 hours of one-on-one training with Ed Nevius. Our best ever giveaway. You will notice 95% of our live viewers are members. If you'd like to become a member of our channel, you get 20 times back what you put in. Ask anyone and they will tell you that. Let me give you my my link to my forgot where I put it now. There it is. Link to become a member if you wish to do so. Also, you can look it up. Well, I'm not going to look it up because you've just come on my show and I don't know what you're saying. You've got to look it up. You've got to be nice and polite and say, hello, how are you? And come on the show and go, look it up. This is the only show on YouTube where anyone can call in and be live on the show. I answer every question. I speak to everybody. But you have to do it with politeness. You can't just come on and go, look it up. It's like, what? Can you phone in any TV show in the world and just go, hello, look up who I am. I'm more important than you. Listen to me. Anyway, I like the fish, by the way. I like the picture. But, yeah. I'll look it up when I get time. It's a crypto. Is it? Is that what it is? Anyway, Martin, did you see the link I posted on another video regarding the passenger list for galactic flights? What's your thoughts? True or false, given it has Stephen Hawking on it? Well, do I need to answer that question? What do you think? There's so much rubbish online with Reddit and people making up stories. It's ridiculous. I just won't have any of it on my show. We're here to be the most honest, real channel on YouTube, not to make up silly stories. So honestly, I have no idea. It's not my first time. All right. Well, I don't recognize you, and you just said look it up. I mean, you know, I don't know. Anyway, it's lovely to have you here. Okay, sorry, my friend. Okay, that's all right. I was laughing while I was saying it, all right? Say what you like. It's all good. I only got back 19%, says Eric B. 5 minutes to go. Here we go. You ready? 5 minutes before the speech. Ed Nevius, HCDI, large spread, 9.35, will move fast, caution, 133%. Very, very good indeed. Spell tokens, you don't need to apologize at all. I'm just having some fun with you. Ask AI, says Katy Perry, and Ashton Kutcher has reserved seats. Is that right? Well, we shall see. We shall see. Let's have a look. The S&P. Rumble. Oh, here we go. Now then. I can now take a small profit. That was the plan. That was the plan all the time. Don't want to get greedy. At this point, I'm just trying to lower my averages and bring my cost price down. So, we're going to go into Rumble right now, and we're going to sell half my position because I'm up nearly 3%. That's good. All right. And the idea is to keep lowering the position. So let me show you how I'm going to do it. This is the best way. This is tax-free. So we're going to go into 3%, and then I can buy it back and start to accumulate. Okay. So here we go. Trade, sell. I'll do a trading stop order. Yes, I understand how it works. And we'll do it with a trail amount, 159, and we'll do it at 2 cents, a 2 cents drop. Initial stop price, 8.57. There we go. Continue today, and I will sell 6 shares. So I will, take half the profit out. Review. There you go. So I've just put 12 in. I'm now taking 6 out. It's a day trade. It's a profit. I've made 3.5%, just about. I've set a stop trading loss. It will sell, and that's brilliant. Okay, so we're going to 861. Here we go. There we go. Done. Oh, order rejected. Your trade stop order to sell of Run was rejected. Shares sold 0. That's interesting. What happened there? Trade. How can you reject me? Trailing stop order. I understand how it works. Percentage, amount, 2 cents. Whoops. Trail amount, 2 cents. That's now 8.59. Yeah, that's right. Today, continue. Total numbers of shares, 6. Trail amount, review. Try again. Order received. Order placed. Okay, there we go. So watch it on the screen right now. Here we go. So I've got 12, 860. I'm going to sell half of my position in Rumble, and then we'll buy it back lower. And the idea is to make profits. I'm 3% up. It will sell at 8.59. As soon as it drops 2 cents, it'll sell. We've got 1 minute to go before the speech, so we're not going to be able to watch this. In 1 minute, on the clock is on the screen. All right? I think it's sold. Did it sell? We've got 50 seconds to go before he speaks. 30 seconds to go. It should sell now. I'll refresh the screen. I don't know. Oh, it's sold. There you go. Okay. Right, 20 seconds to go. So there you go. I've gone. There you go. I took a profit. And I've got money back in the bank, and I'm up 3%. And now I've got an average of 8.34. So now I'll buy it lower. Okay, it's time to end the clock and go over to Fed Jerome Powell speech now. We're live on it.
Does that give him a confidence here if he knows good things or not? The other way, I don't know.
And what will he choose to share? I think Lisa's been on top of this all along. May 8th, right?
Yeah,
May 8th,
May
the
8th.
Senior Loan Officer Opinion Survey we're all waiting for. You'd imagine, Lisa, he's got a decent idea of what that's going to look like when it comes out next week.
So how much of a preview can he give? Can he be like, it's, not that bad? Don't worry about it.
And John, to the presser here, and I'm going to do this in 10 seconds. For those of you on Bloomberg Radio, it's a different view, a different set of wonderful flags at the Fed, the podium, the people lined up. It's a whole new set, a whole new look. I think taking after Lagarde, the set matters.
Let's say, Tom, it looks precisely like the last set that he stood at. Has it really changed?
I wasn't here for the last Fed meeting.
Doesn't look like it's changed.
They must have changed it last time around.
You're more detail focused, Tom. Maybe it has changed, but I can't notice the difference.
It looks the
We're
same
waiting
to
for
me
Chairman
as
Powell
well.
to walk into that room. A 25 basis point interest rate hike. Going into it, your equity market is positive by 0.4% on the S&P 500. The bond market yields are just a little bit lower by 3 basis points on a 2-year, 393. Yes, TK?
He's late. I mean, what's it mean? What's its signal?
What's his signal? What's his signal? He's going through the Senior Loan Officer Opinion Survey.
Just to make sure everything's okay. This is actually unusual. Usually he's pretty prompt. Have you noticed that?
He's always on time.
Be on the phone with Goldsby.
I'm not going to read too much into Chairman Powell being seconds late. He's walking into
Here
the
he
room
is.
right now. The Chairman of the Federal Reserve after hiking interest rates by 25 basis points. Let's listen in.
Good afternoon. Before discussing today's meeting, let me comment briefly on recent developments in the banking sector. Conditions in that sector have broadly improved since early March, and the U.S. banking system is sound and resilient. We will continue to monitor conditions in the sector. We're committed to learning the right lessons from this episode, and will work to prevent events like these from happening again. As a first step in that process, last week we released Vice Chair for Supervision Barr's review of the Federal Reserve's supervision and regulation of Silicon Valley Bank. The review's findings underscore the need to address our rules and supervisory practices to make for a stronger and more resilient banking system, and I'm confident that we will do so. From the perspective of monetary policy, our focus remains squarely on our dual mandate to promote maximum employment and stable prices for the American people. My colleagues and I understand the hardship that high inflation is causing, and we remain strongly committed to bringing inflation back down to our 2% goal. Price stability is the responsibility of the Federal Reserve. Without price stability, the economy does not work for anyone. In particular, without price stability, we will not achieve a sustained period of strong labor market conditions that benefit all. Today, the FOMC raised its policy interest rate by a 0.25 percentage point. Since early last year, we've raised interest rates by a total of 5 percentage points in order to attain a stance of monetary policy that is sufficiently restrictive to return inflation to 2% over time. We are also continuing to reduce our securities holdings. Looking ahead, we'll take a data-dependent approach in determining the extent to which additional policy firming may be appropriate. I will have more to say about today's monetary policy actions after briefly reviewing economic developments. The U.S. economy slowed significantly last year, with real GDP rising at a below-trend pace of 0.9%. The pace of economic growth in the first quarter of this year continued to be modest at 1.1%, despite a pickup in consumer spending. Activity in the housing sector remains weak, largely reflecting higher mortgage rates. Higher interest rates and slower output growth also appear to be weighing on business fixed investment. The labor market remains very tight. Over the first 3 months of the year, job gains averaged 345,000 jobs per month. The unemployment rate remained very low in March at 3.5%. Even so, there are some signs that supply and demand in the labor market are coming back into better balance. The labor force participation rate has moved up in recent months, particularly for individuals aged 25 to 54 years. Nominal wage growth has shown some signs of easing, and job vacancies have declined so far this year. But overall, labor demand still substantially exceeds the supply of available workers. Inflation remains well above our longer-run goal of 2%. Over the 12 months ending in March, total PCE prices rose 4.2%. Excluding the volatile food and energy categories, core PCE prices rose 4.6%. Inflation has moderated somewhat since the middle of last year. Nonetheless, inflation pressures continue to run high, and the process of getting inflation back down to 2% has a long way to go. Despite elevated inflation, longer-term inflation expectations appear to remain well anchored, as reflected in a broad range of surveys of households, businesses, and forecasters, as well as measures from financial markets. The Fed's monetary policy actions are guided by our mandate to promote maximum employment and stable prices for the American people. My colleagues and I are acutely aware that high inflation imposes significant hardship as it erodes purchasing power, especially for those least able to meet the higher costs of essentials like food, housing, and transportation. We are highly attentive to the risks that high inflation poses to both sides of our mandate, and we are strongly committed to returning inflation to our 2% objective. At today's meeting, the committee raised the target range for the federal funds rate by a 1/4 percentage point, bringing the target range to 5 to 5.25%. And we're continuing the process of significantly reducing our securities holdings. With today's action, we have raised interest rates by 5 percentage points in a little more than a year. We are seeing the effects of our policy tightening on demand in the most interest rate sensitive sectors of the economy, particularly housing and investment. It will take time, however, for the full effects of monetary restraint to be realized, especially on inflation. In addition, the economy is likely to face further headwinds from tighter credit conditions. Credit conditions had already been tightening over the past year or so in response to our policy actions and a softer economic outlook. But the strains that emerged in the banking sector in early March appear to be resulting in even tighter credit conditions for households and businesses. In turn, these tighter credit conditions are likely to weigh on economic activity, hiring, and inflation. The extent of these effects remains uncertain. In light of these uncertain headwinds, along with monetary policy restraint we've put in place, our future policy actions will depend on how events unfold. In determining the extent to which additional policy firming may be appropriate to return inflation to 2% over time, the committee will take into account the cumulative tightening of monetary policy, the lags with which monetary policy affects economic activity and inflation, and economic and financial developments. We will make that determination meeting by meeting based on the totality of incoming data and their implications for the outlook for economic activity and inflation. And we are prepared to do more if greater monetary policy restraint is warranted. We remain committed to bringing inflation back down to our 2% goal and to keep our longer-term inflation expectations well anchored. Reducing inflation is likely to require a period of below-trend growth and some softening of labor market conditions. Restoring price stability is essential to set the stage for achieving maximum employment and stable prices over the longer run. To conclude, we understand that our actions affect communities, families, and businesses across the country. Everything we do is in service to our public mission. We at the Fed will do everything we can to achieve our maximum employment and price stability goals. Thank you. I look forward to your questions.
Thanks, Gina.
Hi, Gina Smilik, New York Times. Thanks for taking our questions. I wonder if you could tell us whether we should read the statement today as a suggestion that the committee is prepared to pause interest rate increases in June. And I also wonder if the Fed staff has in any way revised their forecast for a mild recession from the March minutes. And if so, what a recession like what they're envisioning would look and feel like when it comes to, for example, the unemployment rate.
Taking your question, of course, today our decision was to raise the federal funds rate by 25 basis points. A decision on a pause was not made today. You will have noticed that in the statement from March, we had a sentence that said the committee anticipates that some additional policy firming may be appropriate. That sentence is not in the statement anymore. We took that out, and instead we're saying that in determining the extent to which additional policy firming may be appropriate to return inflation to 2% over time, the committee will take into account certain factors. So that's a meaningful change that we're no longer saying that we anticipate. And so we'll be driven by incoming data, meeting by meeting, and we'll approach that question at the June meeting. So the staff's forecast is, so let me start by saying that that's not my own most likely case, which is really that the economy will continue to grow at a modest rate this year. And I think that's, so different people in the committee have different forecasts. That's my own assessment of the most likely path. Staff produces its own forecast, and it's independent of the forecasts of the participants, which include the governors and the Reserve Bank presidents, of course. And we think this is a healthy thing, that the staff is writing down what they really think. They're not especially influenced by what the governors think, and vice versa. The governors are not taking what the staff says and just writing that down. So it's actually good that the staff and individual participants can have different perspectives. So broadly, the forecast was for a mild recession, and by that I would characterize as one in which the rise in unemployment is smaller than has been typical in modern era recessions. I wouldn't want to characterize the staff's forecast for this meeting. We'll leave that to the minutes, but broadly similar to that.
Rachel. Thank you, Chair Powell. Rachel Siegel from the Washington Post. Thanks for taking our questions. I'm wondering if you can talk about the account of possible effects of a debt limit standoff. You've said repeatedly that the ceiling must be raised, but do you see any economics effects of even getting close to a default, and what type of situation would that look like?
So I wouldn't want to speculate specifically, but I will say this. These are fiscal policy matters, for starters, and they're for Congress and the administration, for the elected parts of the government to deal with, and they're really consigned to them. From our standpoint, I would just say this. It's essential that the debt ceiling be raised in a timely way so that the U.S. government can pay all of its bills when they're due. A failure to do that would be unprecedented. We'd be in uncharted territory, and the consequences to the U.S. economy would be highly uncertain and could be quite averse. So I'll just leave it there. We don't give advice to either side. We just would point out that it's very important that this be done. And the other point I'll make about that, though, is that no one should assume that the Fed can protect the economy from the potential, short and long-term effects of a failure to pay our bills on time. It would be so uncertain that it's just as important that we never get to a place where we're actually talking about or even having a situation where the U.S. government's not paying its bills.
And just to follow up, was discussion around the uncertainty of a possible standoff, did that affect today's monetary policy decision at all?
I wouldn't say that it did. It was, of course, it's something that came up. We talk a lot about risks to the outlook, and that come up. A number of people did raise that as a risk to the outlook. I wouldn't say that it was important in today's monetary policy decision yet.
Steve.
Mr. Chairman. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Steve Leisman, CNBC. Can you tell us what the Federal Reserve Board did in the wake of that February presentation where you were informed that Silicon Valley Bank and other banks were experiencing interest rate risks? And can you tell me what supervisory actions you've done in the wake of the recent bank failures to make sure that banks are currently appropriately managing interest rate risk? And kind of part three, but it's all the same question here. Do you still think this separation principle that monetary policy and supervision can be handled with different tools? Thank you.
Sure. So the February 14th presentation, I didn't remember it very well, but now, of course, I've gone back and looked at it very carefully. I did remember it. And what it was a general presentation. It was an informational briefing of the whole board, the entire board. I think all members were there. And it was about interest rate risk in the banks and lots of data. And there was one page on Silicon Valley Bank which talked about, the amount of losses or mark-to-market losses they had in their portfolio. There was nothing in it about, that I recall anyway, about the risk of a bank run. So it was, I think the takeaway was they were going away to do an assessment, a horizontal assessment of banks. It wasn't it wasn't presented as an urgent or alarming situation. It was presented as an informational, non-decisional kind of a thing, and I thought it was a good presentation, and as I said, did remember it. In terms of what we're doing, of course, I think banks themselves many banks are now are attending to liquidity and taking opportunity now, really since the events of early March, to build liquidity. You asked about the separation principle. Like so many things, it's very useful. But ultimately, it has its limits. I mean, I think in this particular case, we have found that the monetary policy tools and the financial stability tools are not in conflict. They're working well together. We've used our financial stability tools to support banks through our lending facilities, and at the same time, we've been able to use our monetary policy tools to foster maximum employment and price stability.
Mr. Chairman, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be argumentative, but the staff report said SVB has significant interest rate risk. It said interest rate risk measurements failed at SVB, and it said banks with large unrealized losses face significant safety and soundness risk. Why was that not alarming?
Well, I mean, I didn't say it wasn't alarming. It was, they're pointing out something that they're working on and that they're on the case. That I'm not sure whether they mentioned. I think they did actually. They mentioned that they had taken regulatory action, or supervisory action in the form of matters requiring attention. So I think that was also in the presentation. I think it was to say, yes, this is a bank, and there are many other banks that are experiencing these things, and we're on the case.
Thank you.
Go to Victoria.
Hi, Chair Powell. I wanted to ask you, obviously, with the recent bank turmoil, we've seen multiple banks buy other banks, and I was just curious whether you think that further consolidation in the banking sector would increase or decrease financial stability, and whether you have any.
So, we certainly don't, and I don't have an agenda to further consolidate banks. Consolidation has been a factor in the U.S. banking industry really since interstate banking, and before that even. It goes back more than 30 years. When I was in the government a while back, I think there were 14,000 banks. Now there are 4,000 and change. So that's going on. I personally have long felt that having small, medium, and large-sized banks is a great part of our banking system. The community banks serve particular customers very well. Regional banks serve very important purposes, and the various kinds of GSIBs do as well. So I think it's healthy to have a range of different kinds of banks doing different things. I think that's a positive thing. Is it a financial? So I would just say, in terms of J.P. Morgan buying First Republic, the FDIC really runs the process of closing and selling a closed bank completely. That is their role, so I really don't have a comment on that process. As you know, there's an exception to the deposit cap for a failing bank. So it was legitimate, and I think the FDIC, I believe, is bound by law to take the bid that is the least cost bid. So I would assume that's what they did.
So, but do you have any concerns about the fact that they're getting larger in general?
So I think it's probably good policy that we don't want the largest banks doing big acquisitions. That is the policy, and but this is an exception for a failing bank, and I think it's actually a good outcome for the banking system. It also would have been a good outcome for the banking system had one of the regional banks bought this company, and that could have been the outcome. But ultimately, we have to follow the law in our agencies, and the law is it goes to the least cost bid.
Let's go to Colby.
Thank you. Colby Smith with the Financial Times. At the March meeting, you mentioned that a tightening of credit conditions from the recent bank stress could be equal to one or more rate increases. So given developments since then, how has your estimate changed?
Yeah, I think I followed that up by saying it's quite impossible to have a precise estimate of the words to that effect. But in principle, that's the idea. You know, when we've been raising interest rates, and that raises the price of credit, and that, in a sense, restricts credit in the economy, working through the price mechanism. And you know, when banks raise their credit standards, that can also make credit tighter in a kind of broadly similar way. It isn't possible to make a kind of clean translation between one and the other, although firms are trying that, and you know, we're trying it. But ultimately, we have to be honest and humble about our ability to make a precise assessment. So it does complicate the task of achieving, you know, a sufficiently restrictive stance. But I think conceptually, though, we think that you know, interest rates will, in principle, we won't have to raise rates quite as high as we would have had this not happened. The extent of that is so hard to predict because we don't know how persistent these effects will be. We don't know how large they'll be and how long they'll take to be transmitted. But that's what we'll be watching carefully to find out.
Just to quickly follow up, what does it suggest about the scope for the committee to pause rate increases perhaps as early as next month, even if the data remains strong then, if it's having some kind of substitute effect?
This is just something that we have to factor in as we want to find ourselves. So I guess I would say it this way. The assessment of the extent to which additional policy firming may be appropriate is going to be an ongoing one, meeting by meeting, and we're going to be looking at the factors that I mentioned that are listed in the statement, the obvious factors. That's the way we're going to be thinking about it. That's really all we can do. As I say, it does complicate. We have, you know, a broad understanding of monetary policy. Credit tightening is a different thing. There's a lot of literature on that, but translating it into rate hikes is uncertain. Let's say it adds even further uncertainty. Nonetheless, we'll be able to see what's happening with credit conditions, what's happening with lending. There's a lot of data on that, and you know, we'll factor that into our decision making.
Howard.
Howard Schneider with Reuters. Thank you. So noting that the statement dropped the reference to sufficiently restrictive, I was wondering, given your baseline outlook, whether you feel this current rate of 5 to 5.25% is in fact sufficiently restrictive.
So that's going to be an ongoing assessment. We're going to need data to accumulate on that. Not an assessment that we've made. That would mean we think we've reached that point, and I just think it's not possible to say that with confidence now. But nonetheless, you will know that the summary of economic projections from the March meeting showed that at that point in time that the median participant thought that this was the appropriate level of the ultimate high level of rates. We don't know that. We'll revisit that at the June meeting, and that's, you know, we're just going to have to, before we really declare that, I think we're going to have to see data accumulating and you know, make that, as I mentioned, it's an ongoing assessment.
And a follow-up on credit, if I could you give us a sense of what the SLOOS survey indicated? It was already, you know, I think 45% of banks were tightening credit as of the last survey. What did this one show, and how did that weigh into your deliberations?
So we're going to release the results of the SLOOS on May 8th, in line with our usual time frame. And I would just say that the SLOOS is broadly consistent when you see it with how we and others have been thinking about the situation and what we're seeing from other sources. You will have seen the Beige Book and listened to the various earnings calls that indicate that mid-sized banks some of them have been tightening their lending standards. Banking data will show that lending has continued to grow, but the pace has been slowing really since the second half of last year.
Go to Nick.
Nick Timmeros of the Wall Street Journal. Chair Powell, the argument around the end of last year and the beginning of this year to slow down the pace of increases was to give yourself time to study the effects of those moves. After the bank failures in March, as you've discussed, the Fed staff projected a recession starting later this year. So my question is why it was necessary to raise interest rates today, or put differently, if the whole point of slowing down the pace was to see the effects of your moves, and now you've, for the last 2 meetings, been seeing the effects of those moves, why did the committee feel it was necessary to keep moving?
Well, the reason is that we, again, with our monetary policy, we're trying to reach and then stay at for an extended period a level of policy stance that's sufficiently restrictive to bring inflation down to 2% over time, and that's what we're trying to do with our tool. I think slowing down was the right move. I think it's enabled us to see more data, and it will continue to do so. So we really, we have to balance. We always have to balance the risk of not doing enough and not getting inflation under control against the risk of maybe slowing down economic activity too much. And we thought that this rate hike, along with the meaningful change in our policy statement, was the right way to balance that.
And just to follow up, what you said in response to Howard's question, you'll need data to accumulate to determine if this is a sufficiently restrictive stance. Does that data need to accumulate, or could it accumulate over a longer period than a 6-week intermeeting cycle? As I mentioned, I would just say that this assessment will be an ongoing one. You can't, with economic data, you can't. You've seen, take inflation from it. Look back. We've seen inflation come down, move back up 2 or 3 times since March of 2021. We've seen inflation have a few months of coming down and then come right back up. So I think you're going to want to see that, that a few months of data will persuade you that you've got this right, kind of thing. And we have the luxury. We've raised 500 basis points. I think that policy is tight. I think real rates are probably, you can calculate them many different ways, but one way is to look at the nominal rate and then subtract a reasonable estimate of let's say 1-year inflation, which might be 3%. So you've got 2% real rates. That's meaningfully above what most people many people anyway, would assess as the neutral rate. So policy is tight, and you see that in interest-sensitive activities, and you also begin to see it more and more in other activities. And if you put the credit tightening on top of that and the QT that's ongoing, I think you feel like we may not be far off, or possibly even at that level.
Thank you very much, Chair Powell. Edward Lawrence with Fox Business. So if the Federal Reserve gets down to the 3% inflation, as the projections show at the end of this year, or close to it, would it be okay for you for a prolonged period of 3% inflation and hoping for some outside event to move down to 2% target?
I think we're always going to have 2% as our target. We're always going to be focusing on getting there.
But would you be okay with a prolonged 3%?
It's let me just say that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for inflation going down to 2% over time. I mean, that's not a question that's in front of us, and it would depend on so many other things. But ultimately, we're not looking to get to 3% and then drop our tools. We have a goal of getting to 2%. We think it's going to take some time. We don't think it'll be a smooth process. And I think we're going to need to stay at this for a while.
How does the other side of the mandate, the jobs side, once you get to 3%, going from 3 to 2, how does the other side of the mandate balance?
I think they will both matter equally at that point. Right now, you have a labor market that's still extraordinarily tight. You've still got 1.6 job openings, even with the lower job openings number, for every unemployed person. We do see some evidence of softening in labor market conditions, but overall, you're near a 50-year low in unemployment. Wages, you all will have seen the wage number from late last week, and it's whenever it was, and it's a couple percentage points above what would be consistent with 2% inflation over time. So we do see some softening. We see new labor supply coming in. These are very positive developments. But the labor market is very, very strong. Whereas inflation is
running high, well above our goal. And right now, we need to be focusing on bringing inflation down. Fortunately, we've been able to do that so far without unemployment going up.
Matt. Hi, Chair Powell. Matthew Boesler with Bloomberg News. So many analysts noted at the time of the March FOMC meeting that at least half of Fed officials' projections did imply or seem to imply that a recession was in their baseline forecast as well, given the strong first quarter GDP tracking estimates. And so I'm just wondering if you could kind of elaborate on, why you're optimistic that a recession can be avoided, given that that's the Fed staff's forecast, possibly also the broader committee's forecast as well, and also, of course, most private sector forecasters.
Yeah, I don't think, I know what's printed in the Summary of Economic Projections and all that. I don't think you can deduce exactly what you said about what participants think, because you don't know what they were thinking for first quarter GDP at that point. They could have been thinking about a fairly low number. Anyway, in any case, I'll just say I continue to think that it's possible that this time is really different. And the reason is there's just so much excess demand, really, in the labor market. It's interesting, we've raised rates by 5 percentage points in 14 months, and the unemployment rate is 3.5%, pretty much where it was, even lower than where it was when we started. So job openings are still very, very high. We see by surveys and much evidence that conditions are cooling gradually, but it really is different. It wasn't supposed to be possible for job openings to decline by as much as they've declined without unemployment going up. Well, that's what we've seen. So there are no promises in this, but it just seems to me that it's possible that we can continue to have a cooling in the labor market without having the big increases in unemployment that have gone with many, prior episodes. Now, that would be against history. I fully appreciate that. That would be against the pattern. But I do think that the situation in the labor market with so much excess demand, yet, wages have been moving down. Wage increases have been moving down, and that's a good sign, down to more sustainable levels. So, I think it's still possible. I think. The case of avoiding a recession is, in my view, more likely than that of having a recession. But it's not that the case of having a recession is. I don't rule that out either. It's possible that we will have what I hope would be a mild recession.
The committee also noted in March that wage growth was still well above levels that would be consistent with 2% inflation. Do you see that as well? And could you kind of explain, how you come to that judgment?
Sure. So we look at a range of wage measures, and then that's a nominal. And then so you assume wages should be equal to productivity increases plus inflation. And so you can look at the Employment Compensation Index, average hourly earnings, the Atlanta Wage Tracker, compensation per hour, basically those four, and many others, and you can look at what they would have to run at over a long period of time for that to be consistent with 2% inflation. They can deviate. Corporate margins can go up and down, and there is a feature of long expansions where they do go down, where labor gets a bigger share toward later in a recession. Later in an expansion. So, yeah, and we calculate those, and you have to take the precision with a degree of salt. But I would say that what they will show is that, if wages are running at 5%, 3% is closer to where they need to be. Wage increases closer to 3%, roughly, is what it would take to be consistent with inflation over a longer period of time. By the way, I do not think that wages are the principal driver of inflation. You're asking me a very specific question. I think there are many things. I think wages and prices tend to move together, and it's very hard to say what's causing what. But I've never said that that wages are really the principal driver, because I don't think that's really right.
Great. Chris Rugaber at Associated Press. Well, you mentioned profit margins. Those have expanded, did expand sharply during this inflationary period. And while there are some signs that they are starting to decline, many economists note they haven't fallen as much as might be expected, given that we're seeing at least some pullback among consumer spending. So, speaking of causes of inflation, do you see expanded profit margins as a driver of higher prices? And if so, would you expect them to narrow soon and contribute to reduced inflation in the coming months?
So higher profits and higher margins are what happens when you have an imbalance between supply and demand. Too much demand, not enough supply. And we've been in a situation in many parts of the economy where supply has been fixed or not flexible enough. And so, you know, the way the market clears is through higher prices. So to get, I think as goods pipelines have gotten, you know, back to normal so that we don't have the long waits and the shortages and that kind of thing, I think you will see inflation come down, and you'll see corporate margins coming down as a result of a return of full competition where there's enough supply to meet demand, and then you're really back to full competition. That would be the dynamic I would expect.
Michael McKee from Bloomberg Radio and Television. Can you tell us something about what your policy reaction function is, your policy framework is going forward? When you look at the economy at the next meeting, are you looking at incoming data, which is by definition backward looking? Are you going to be forecasting what you think is going to happen? Are you ruling out the rate cuts that the market has priced in?
I didn't catch the last part. Ruling.
Markets have priced in rate cuts by the end of the year. Do you rule that out?
Okay, I got it. So what are we looking at? I mean, we look at a combination of data and forecasts. Of course, the whole idea is to create a good forecast based on what you see in the data. So we're always looking at both, you know, and it will, of course, it'll be the obvious things. It'll be readings on inflation. It'll be readings on wages, on economic growth, on the labor market, and all of those many things. I think a particular focus for us going now over the past 6-7 weeks now, and going forward is going to be what's happening with credit tightening. Are small and medium-sized banks tightening credit standards, and is that having an effect on loans, on lending? And you know, so we can begin to assess how that fits in with monetary policy. That'll be an important thing. We'll be looking at everything. It's, again, I would just point out, we've raised rates by 5 percentage points. We are shrinking the balance sheet, and now we have credit conditions tightening, not just in the normal way, but perhaps a little bit more due to what's happened. And we have to factor all of that in and make our assessment of whether our policy stance is sufficiently restrictive. And we have to do that in a world where policy works with long and variable lags. So this is challenging, but you know, we will make our best assessment, and that's what we'll be thinking.
What about the idea of rate cuts?
Yeah, so we on the committee have a view that inflation is going to come down. Not so quickly, but it'll take some time. And in that world, if that forecast is broadly right, it would not be appropriate to cut rates, and we won't cut rates. If you have a different forecast, then markets have been from time to time pricing in quite rapid reductions in inflation. We'd factor that in, but that's not our forecast. And of course, the history of the last 2 years has been very much that inflation moves down, particularly now if you look at non-housing services. It really hasn't moved much, and it's quite stable. And so we think demand will have to weaken a little bit, and labor market conditions may have to soften a bit more to begin to see progress there. And again, in that world, it wouldn't be appropriate for us to cut rates.
Courtney?
Courtney Brown from Axios. I'm curious how you view the role of the overnight reverse repo facility in the context of the current banking stress. Do you think it's contributing to the stress by making it more attractive for money market funds to compete with banks for deposits? And did the committee discuss any changes to the structure of the facility, or do you see that being put on the table in the future? Thanks.
Sure. So we looked at that very carefully, as you would imagine, and it's really not contributing. We don't think now. It hasn't actually been growing. It moved up, it moved down, and then moved back up to where it was. What happened in the when there were the big deposit flows, which, by the way, have really stabilized now, what happened was institutional investors took their uninsured deposits and put them in government money market funds, which bought paper from the Federal Home Loan Banks and things like that. Over the course of maybe the last year, retail investors had been gradually, as they do in every tightening cycle, they've been gradually moving their deposits into higher yielding places such as CDs and other things, including money market funds. So that's a gradual process that is quite natural and happens during a tightening cycle. What was unusual really was the institutional investors moving their uninsured deposits and spreading them around and things like that. But it doesn't seem to have had any effect overall on over the overnight repo facility. That is really there to help us keep rates where they're supposed to be, and it's serving that purpose very well.
Okay, Sarah.
Sarah Ewald-Weiss, CBS News. I want to go back to the debt ceiling for a moment. I know you talked about that in terms of fiscal policy, but can you just speak towards what the impact of a default would mean for Americans across the country, the markets, and borrowing?
Yeah, I would just say it's. I don't really think we should be. We shouldn't even be talking about a world in which the U.S. doesn't pay its bills. It just shouldn't be a thing. And again, I would just say we don't. No one should assume that the Fed can really protect the economy and the financial system and our reputation globally from the damage that such an event might inflict.
Scott.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Scott Horsley from NPR. In his report last week, Vice Chair Barr identified a couple of the factors that he thought contributed to the the supervisory lapses at Silicon Valley Bank. A policy change in 2019 to exempt all but the biggest banks from strict scrutiny, and also what he called a sort of cultural shift towards less aggressive oversight. You were here in 2019. Do you share that view, and what would it take to get the stronger oversight that you and he said in your release would be necessary?
So I didn't take part in creating the report or doing the work, but I have read it, of course, and I find it persuasive. I mean, I would say it this way. A large bank, not a very large bank, a large bank failed quite suddenly and unexpectedly in a way that threatened to spread contagion into the financial system. I think the only thing that I'm really focused on is to understand what went wrong, what happened, and identify what we need to do to address that. Some of that may just have been technology evolving. We have to keep up with all that, but some of it may be our policies and supervisory and regulatory, whatever. Well, what our job is now is identify those things and implement them, and that's kind of the only thing I care about and I feel like I am accountable for doing everything I can to make sure that happens.
Evan.
Thank you. Evan Reiser with MNI Market News. Chair Powell, are we in the early stage or nearing the end stage of the banking turmoil among regional banks? And secondly, do you still have a bias to tighten rates? Is that what the statement is saying?
So, I guess I would say it this way. There were three large banks, really, from the very beginning, that were at the heart of the stress that we saw in early March, the severe period of stress. Those have now all been resolved, and all the depositors have been protected. I think that the resolution and sale of First Republic
kind of draws a line under that period of, is an important step toward drawing a line under that period of severe stress, okay? I also think we are very focused on what's happening with credit availability, particularly, with what you saw in the Beige Book, and you will see in the SLOOS, is small and medium-sized banks who are feeling that they need to tighten credit standards, build liquidity. What's going to be the macroeconomic effect of that? More broadly, we will continue to very carefully monitor what's going on in the banking system, and we'll factor that assessment into our decisions in an important way going forward.
Okay, Greg.
Thank you, Fed Chairman. Greg Robb from MarketWatch. I just wondered if you've done any reflection on your own actions during this crisis and leading up to it over the since you've been Fed Chairman. I think I've heard you say a couple of times that you deferred to the Vice Chair for supervision. Do you think that was the right way to go about this? And yeah, comments on that. Thank you.
Sure. So let me say, first of all, I've been chair of the board for 5+ years now, and I fully recognize that we made mistakes. I think we've learned some new things as well, and we need to do better. And as I mentioned, I thought the report was unflinching and appropriately so. I welcome it, and I agree with and will support those recommendations. And I do feel that I'm personally accountable to do what I can to foster measures that will address the problems. So on the Vice Chair for supervision, the place to start is the statutory role, which is quite unusual. The Vice Chair, it says, shall develop policy recommendations for the board regarding supervision and regulation of depository institution companies, and shall oversee the supervision and regulation of such firms. So this is Congress establishing a 4-year term for someone else on the board, not the chair, as Vice Chair for supervision, who really gets to set the agenda for supervision and regulation for the Board of Governors. Congress wanted that person to have political accountability for developing that agenda. So the way it works, the way it has worked in practice for me is I've had a good working relationship. I give my counsel, my input privately, and I offer that, and I have good conversations, and I try to contribute constructively. I respect the authority that Congress has deferred on that person, including working with Vice Chair Barr and his predecessor. And I think that's the way it's supposed to work, and that's appropriate. I believe that's what the law requires, and but it isn't. I wouldn't say it's a matter of complete deference. It's more, I have a role in presenting my views and having an intelligent discussion about what's going on and why, and that's my input. But ultimately, that person does get to set the agenda and gets to take things to the Board of Governors, and really in supervision has sole authority over supervision.
I just wondered if you had any regrets, or was there anything that, decisions that maybe you regret now in light of what's happened?
I've had a few. Sure. I mean, who doesn't look back and think that you could have done things differently? But honestly, you don't get to do that. Again, my focus is on control the controllable. As one of my great mentors used to always say, control the controllable. What we control now is make a fair assessment, learn the right lessons, figure out what the fixes are, and implement them. And I think that Vice Chair Barr's report is an excellent first step in that, but we've got to follow through.
Great. Thank you. Hi there, Megan Casella with Barron's. Did the possibility of pausing at this meeting come up at all, and how seriously was that considered? I'm curious if you can give us any color as to whether there were any initial concerns about raising rates again, or what those discussions entailed.
So support for the 25 basis point rate increase was very strong across the board. I would say there are a number of people, and you'll see this in the minutes. I don't want to try to do the head count in real time, but people did talk about pausing, but not so much at this meeting. There's a sense that we're much closer to the end of this than to the beginning. That, as I mentioned, if you add up all the tightening that's going on through various channels, we feel like we're getting close or maybe even there. But that, again, that's going to be an ongoing assessment, and we're going to be looking at those factors that we listed in to determine whether there's more to do.
I'm curious, too, how to interpret that and the changes to the statement. Is the bar higher now to raise rates at the next meeting, or would a strong jobs report or inflation print be enough to push the Fed to tighten again?
I don't want to. I couldn't really say. I just think I think we've moved a long way fairly quickly, and I think we can afford to look at the data and make a careful assessment.
And we'll go to Nancy for the last question.
Hi, Chair Powell. Nancy Marshall-Genzer with Marketplace. You mentioned a few times about the lessons you learned from the banking crisis, that you would learn the right lessons. What are those lessons?
Well, I just would start with something that's changed, really, which is the run on Silicon Valley Bank was out of keeping with the speed of runs through history. And that now needs to be reflected in some way in regulation and in supervision. We know now that we know it's possible. I think no one thought that was possible. No one had. I'm not aware of anybody thinking that this could happen quite so quickly. So I think that that will play through. It will be up to Vice Chair Barr to really take the lead in designing the ways to address that. But I think that's one thing. I guess I would just say that then that we're going to revisit. It's pretty clear to me anyway. It's clear that we need to strengthen both supervision and regulations for banks of this size, and I'm thinking that we're on track to do that as well.
Can you be any more specific on stress testing or looking at banks that have specific concentrations in certain parts of the economy?
Yeah, that's what Vice Chair Barr's role really is, and he'll take the lead on that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
That does it for the main news conference
And
at
there
the
we
Federal
go.
Reserve with Chairman Jay Powell.
There we go once again. There is the FOMC report. I am happy. It's what the markets want is stability. We want to know where we see the markets going. It was priced in a 0.25. We got a 0.25. We rallied a week or so ago. We sold off, which is what you'd expect. People taking profits. And now we rallied today because we expected the 0.25. People taking profits again. I am happy. I've got all-time lows. My S&P next buy-in is at 370. I hope it goes down there. It's just got another % to go, and I'll pick in another share of the S&P. Look, down she goes. Let's get 370. That's my all-time low. I would like that. If I can pick it up, I will, and then off we go again. So I'm happy. It's the Fed doing exactly what the Fed was supposed to do. No surprise there. Now we should be now in our closing bell show, but what we're going to do is we're going to stay here because there's only half an hour left of the closing bell. So we're not going to run the closing bell show. We're going to stay here in this show, and we're going to leave it like that. So let's go through all our positions. Let's see how it affected my stocks. Let's have a quick look. Here we go. So the overall portfolio is dropping. Another $5 to go, and I can start to buy back in the S&P. There's the Roth IRA going down, and 50.44. So we're coming up to $1,600 now. My all-time low. They're about $1,800 off my all-time high. So it's down a little bit, but that's okay. I'm ready to buy the dips. I'm glad I sold my bit of Rumble today. Took a very, very small amount on it, I know, but it's a profit is a profit. And it's tax-free profit at the end of the day. It's just allowing me to lower my average anyway. So let's go and have a little look and see how many people are watching me on Rumble right now. We've got one of our best ever audiences on Rumble. Welcome, welcome. If you've not seen, this is me running on Rumble. Thank you ever so much. Come into the live chat. Let me know you're here. People on Rumble don't ever tend to say anything. I don't know why. Look, we got 20 watching right now, which is very nice. No one likes. I often question when you see a platform like this, whether it's just full of bots and they are promoting the platform. Look, no likes, 21 watching, and no conversation. To me, it looks like Rumble might be full of bots. I don't know. That's what it looks like. No one live chatting, no one liking. Very, very weird. I've seen this before on new platforms. Anyway, we'll keep our eye on that. I've just bought shares in Rumble, so I want to see it do well. But that looks a bit dodgy to me. I have a lot of experience in these things. So there you go. Right, the S&P is down to 376, got 370 and I'll buy in. Okay, let's check my overall position. I'm up today, 0.11. The S&P is coming up now. Let's see if it goes any lower. Virgin Galactic, it's worth 3, going down there again. Virgin Orbit, barcoding, algo trading out of the stock. Did I see a few comments come in here? Top Rack says, here we go. He left the stage, he did. Most important thing he said was no rate cuts anytime soon. That was responsible. That's what we want to see, really. We want to see it come down, but come down when it's done the right thing. No point just bringing it down and then it all flying back up again. We want to see rate hikes work. Otherwise, we've just wasted the last year doing it. Queen, did you catch the scalp? Queen of Self-Braden, how are you? Ed Nevius, Mullen may come up later on or tomorrow. Mullen, that's my lottery ticket. Any opinions? Should we have a quick look at Mullen? Let's open a separate tab and we'll put Mullen in here. Here we go. M-U-L-N. Now, of course, tomorrow is Apple earnings. Mullen, I've got a position there. It's down 51%. I'm not buying anymore. It, to me, is not any value whatsoever. It's completely speculative. It's not really for me. I did it for fun. 2,000 shares of nothing, really. We'll see what happens. I have no idea what Mullen's going to do. That's honestly the truth of it. I just see it as a random lottery ticket in my portfolio. Anyway, we shall see what happens. The overall portfolio is starting to come up now. The S&P is rising. There we go. Look at it. Let's go over to our heat map and let's see what's moving around. And this way you can find the bargains. Here we go. Here are the bargains to be had. Apple earnings tomorrow. We'll be covering it live. Now, if you want to be with me live for the Apple earnings, we'll come back to the heat map in a second. Here is Apple earnings tomorrow. It's after hours. Here is the Apple earnings. This is tomorrow. If you want a front row seat, you want to be the first person to leave a comment, there is Apple's earnings. Okay, go leave a like and a comment. Who's going to be the first person to leave a comment? All right, there you go. Apple earnings tomorrow. All right, let's go back down to the heat map now, once again. And let's have a little look. Tesla up 1.73. That's one of the favorite stocks today. But AMD down 9.3. I wouldn't buy AMD. That's not for me. ADBE down 6.35. What else do we have that's standing out? CVS down 378. Also not one for me. TMO 1970. 197, sorry. So there you go. You can see what's happening there. Microsoft is flat. Let's come back to the trading screen a moment. And let's have a quick look. Go through our positions again. Right, the S&P is dropped. I want to buy it at 170. I've got enough stock already in it, but if I'm going to add to my position, I'm buying it at 170. Let's go through. Mullen, trying to come back up. Rumble, I took profits there today. Virgin Galactic, only buying at 3. Virgin Orbit, we're out. Rivian, not quite there to take profits yet. I've got a reasonable amount there. It's 6% of my portfolio. As soon as that can pop up another couple of percent, I will actually sell some. Tesla. I was hoping for 189 today. It never happened. Lucid. up 3%. Apple, earnings tomorrow. I'm up, if I go to my main position, this is where I hold it. I am up 15.6%. And I've got, I think, a buy order. No, I cancelled it. I cancelled the buy order this morning to buy Google. And then I sold it for a profit, and then I bought Rumble. So there we go. Apple's going down. It's earnings report tomorrow after hours. So maybe I can get some Apple tomorrow. Okay, Amazon. McDonald's, 14%, still too expensive. Coca-Cola. Now, someone asked me what would happen, what stocks would be affected. And I said source of funds, if it's relatively positive, which it was. Coca-Cola sold off, as did J&J. The source of funds, this is where source of funds comes from to buy more growth stocks. That's what's happened there. All right, we're going to keep on this show. We're not going to go to the closing bell. We're going to stay here, and we're just going to wrap up this show here on the FOMC report. Tesco, next era energy, Enphase. Let's get some reaction to the report. Let's have a quick listen in here, see what the reaction is to the Fed report.
Just said is extraordinary. You said basically the Fed missed the ramifications of new digital technology, the speed with which we can move deposits out. A delicate question, if I may, Bill, and that is basically they want Mary Daly's head. There's no other way to put it nicely. You've had experience being a president of a Fed. Do you go after the president of any given regional Fed when there's a major blow-up like this? Or is it much more down the food chain, looking at the process of supervision and regulation?
We'll leave that just there for the minute. Let's bring in the comments. What do you think on the Fed report this afternoon? Let's get 22's opinion. Most sensitive stocks to interest rate decisions are banks and companies with high debt. Indeed, that is the case. I'm looking to see if I get a rate improvement on Robinhood. As you all know, Robinhood pay 4.4%. Now, just because the rates have gone up doesn't mean to say Robinhood are going to pass it on to their customers. They might. They normally do. I'd expect them to do so. At 4.4 would become 4.6, would be phenomenal, with the highest interest rate I've ever experienced in my entire life. So anyway, let me just address everybody here on TikTok just for a moment. My name is Martyn Lucas. We go live every single trading day. And not this Friday, but next Friday. What you're watching right now is on my phone, watching my YouTube and Rumble broadcast. Much better if you watch me there. You get a much better quality, much better visuals. You're only watching my phone, looking on YouTube and Rumble. Not this Friday, but next Friday, we're giving away a $1,025 value prize, $125 in cash, and 15 hours of one-on-one training with Ed Nevius, who is our scalp trader, our chart reader, and he will give you 15 hours of one-on-one tuition, learning all about candles trading, and he will give you $25 in cash. It's our best ever giveaway. It's completely free to enter, free for all. You haven't got to do anything. I don't want nothing from you. If you want that, we have a competition running on my website. Every time you do an action like a video or leave a comment or just visit the website every day, you get another ticket. You can win with one ticket, but every time you do an action, you get another ticket. If you'd like to be in our free prize draw and to be in a chance, only 42 people have entered, so you've got a good chance of winning $125 in cash and the training, which you can also donate if you don't need the training, of course, and the money. If you want someone else to benefit from it, you can. So if you'd like that, I'm waiting for you now on youtube.com/@ Martyn Lucas Investor, the same name as this channel, links in the profile. Come into YouTube right now and say, I'm from TikTok and I'd like to be in your giveaway. It's completely free. Come into the live chat right now and say, I'm from TikTok, I'd like to be in your giveaway, and I will put you in my giveaway completely free free of charge. I want nothing from you. I will never message you. I will never comment, send you messages, not trying to sell you anything. And be very careful. There are over 100 copycats of me on TikTok. They're not me. I'm the only real Martyn Lucas. I'm the only one who goes live every day. This is my real name and everything. Okay, some guy called Saggy Corn has said, sign me up. Well, the only way I can do it is coming to YouTube now, and it's the same name as this channel, Martyn Lucas Investor, linked in the profile. Come into the live chat, say I'm from TikTok, and I will put you in my draw. Free to enter, free for all. It's our best ever giveaway. Why do we do it? I just like helping people. All right. So if you want that, come on in and you can be in it. All right. Okay. I'll go back to our YouTubers now and I'll wait to see if anybody comes on in from TikTok. Most people on TikTok don't come on in because most people are just scrolling through looking for naked ladies. But we are serious traders, serious investors, and people who want, real help and want to get real money and support. It's here for you. You just got to come in. I can't share any links with you on TikTok. It won't let me do it. Okay, let's go. Top Rack says Mong was one of my favorite stocks for JP Morgan analysts back 2 months ago. I guess no position yet, but keep it on my follow-up list. For me, it's not. It really is just a gamble. I don't see it as a real investment at all, if I'm honest. Any stock like that is now running at pence is less to me than a penny stock. I mean, penny stock is determined by a stock under $5. I have to say, folks, I am concerned that Rumble is a bit of a scam. I have to say, I've been using Rumble now for 2 or 3 days. The very first day, I had a massive audience, looked really great. Didn't get any likes, didn't get any comments, didn't get any subscribers. However, it's gone down since then, and there are 23 watching with not one single like, not one single comment. Sad as it might be, I think Rumble have chosen to promote their streaming service by inventing people who are watching you, to encourage people to do it. As you know, I have my own platform, Live Streamer Cafe, and we don't do that. If there's one person watching you, there's one person watching you. But looking at this, it does look to me like they are going down the route of promoting themselves when no one's watching. Because the fact of the matter is, there's no one in the chat and there's no likes. You can see it right there, look. Not one. And apparently it says 20. So if you're watching me on Rumble now, come into the live chat or give me a like, and I guarantee nobody will. Which means there probably is nobody watching me there. Anyway, there you go. 35 minutes to go. In fact, as I'm live right now, I will do that now. As I'm live right now, I would like to make a video on that, and I'll send it into Rumble. 2 hours and 6. 2 hour, 2.06 Rumble. Now, tomorrow we are covering the Apple earnings. Join us for that. Keaton S, if you've got a different account, you've just changed your image. You haven't got, it's just a different account. Let's see if Keaton S is over there on Rumble. No, I wonder where that came from. I'm from TikTok. There we go. I'm from TikTok. I want to join your giveaway. I'm from TikTok too. Fantastic. All right, you want to be in the giveaway? There you go. Welcome to the show. Okay, so it's free to enter, free for all. It's our best ever giveaway. Here is my website, martynlucas.com/giveaway. There it is in the chat. I'll give it you 3 times so it stands out. There you go. I will share it on the screen for you. This is the competition here. martynlucas.com. Spelt correctly. It's a secure server, HTTPS, and /giveaway. This is the page you come to. Now, as you scroll down, there's the video, tells you all about it. Scroll down, it tells you when it is, May 12th, not this Friday, next Friday. $1,025 value. It's actually worth double that, but I like to undersell and over-deliver. We give $125 in cash and 15 hours of one-on-one tuition. All you've got to do is turn all these into ticks. You don't have to turn them all. You can just revisit every day. one ticket is all it takes to win. One ticket is all it takes to win. So you can come every day and just come for the daily bonus by just coming here and clicking the like. That's it. That's all you got to do. The more tickets you've got, the more chance you have of winning. 42 people have entered the competition. So you can win with one ticket. It's entirely up to you. 1,700 tickets have been given away. Over 42 people. So some people have one ticket and some people have a lot. It's up to you. It's like winning the lottery. One ticket is all you need, but you can have as many as you want. So there you go. And all the information is there. All right. I hope that makes it easy for you. I won't message you, contact you, sell you anything. I'm just here to help people. All right. There you go. That's for our guests there on TikTok. Look, Gabby Commerce. If you become a member of my channel, I will promote your channel. I'll get everyone to subscribe to you. We have giveaways all the time. I will engage with you on my social media. If you'd like any of those, let me just get my camera in focus. There we go. And Fabi as well, Hernandez. All right. There you go. I changed my profile. Doesn't seem to show. It hasn't changed on here yet. Oh, I see. That's why it hasn't come through. Okie dokie. Right, let's go back. Now then, tomorrow we are covering the Apple earnings. There's the Apple earnings. I got 3 people have already got their free ticket. That's tomorrow. If you want the Apple earnings, there it is. Okay, in the chat for you right now. Excellent. Now then, let's check how the markets are reacting. Fabi, you are very, very welcome. You're very, very welcome. If you'd like more information on me and what we do here, we go live 10 hours a day, every day, up to 10 hours a day. Here is the Discord link. This is free. If you want to talk to the traders and investors, you can only see the members' channels if you become a member. But if you become a member, it's why 95% of our live viewers are members. That's the highest engagement rate of any channel on YouTube. We're very proud of that. It's the highest. 95% of all live viewers are members. There's the invitation to join. You get 20 times back what you invest supporting the channel. Okay, if you want to follow me on Twitter, this is our backup account. This is my Twitter account. It's Martyn Investor, obviously. Can't have Martyn Lucas Investor. It's too long. Otherwise, I would. All right. Okie dokie. There is my information. Now then, the overall portfolio is selling off. Yep, the Roth IRA is going down, and we are going down everywhere. But this is okay. I sold for a profit my Rumble. It's going back down again. We are looking for Tesla to pop to 189. It hasn't got that far, so I'm not selling it. It hasn't got that far yet. It's going back down again. And the S&P, we've got an order to buy at 370. It's got $4.80 to go, and I can buy the S&P. That's what I intend to do. So it's my all-time low. If I can buy it for that, it might not go that low, but I'm prepared to wait. My buy order is there. You can see if I scroll down, it's placed. There's my buy order. Red or green day tomorrow. I will go green tomorrow. Should we have a poll? Okay, let's run a poll. That's a very, very good idea. In fact, I will do it on my Twitter account. Let's do it over there. Here we go. I'd like your thoughts on this. Red or green? Green. Oops-a-daisy. Red or green day tomorrow. Flipping out, why can't I type? My gosh, look at this. I'm still not quite happy with my position here with my new setup. Red or green day tomorrow after the FOMC. My God, I keep pressing the wrong letters. MC meeting. Red or green day tomorrow after FOMC meeting. Okay. I'm going to do a poll. I wonder if I can do it this way. I want to add this here. There you go. That was easy. And okay. And we'll do FOMC. Federal Reserve. Okay, we'll do a poll. We'll do a poll and we'll ask you that question. Red or green? Tomorrow, we'll just run it for one day. There you go. And that'll do. That'll do. Okay, now I'll give you the link to that. Okay. I can't vote on it, but I will give you the link from it. What do you think? Copy link. There you go. I'd like your thoughts. Red or green day tomorrow? I'll post it 3 times so you can see it. Okay. Red or green day tomorrow after the FOMC meeting. Join us live every day. There we go. Good. Red or green. Let's see how that lights up in the next few seconds. There's the link in the chat. What do you think? Red or green day tomorrow? What do you think? Let me know your thoughts. Okay, we got our first vote. Green. I say green as well. I say green as well. I have to be honest. After this. Let's have a little look. And we've also got Sensei's birthday. Sensei, can we do your birthday after the bell in 20 minutes time? Can we celebrate your birthday with a birthday song in the studio? Can we do that? So let's, most important statement in my opinion, he said this: we on the committee have a view that inflation is going to come down not so quickly and that it could take some time. And in that world, if that forecast is broadly right, we would not cut rates. Exactly. That was an important part of the meeting, and we won't cut rates. But that's what we want. We want a responsible Fed. Everybody wants to hear the rates coming down, but they're not really thinking forward. That's what we want. So go and vote, Joel. Will be a bad summer. Yes, sure. Okay, brilliant. In 20 minutes, we are going to do Sensei's birthday. Brilliant. Let me just refresh that. Let's see what the votes are now. Let me zoom in. Okay. 5 votes so far. Awesome stuff. I will pin this to the top. Pin to your profile. There we go. I will pin to the top. And there are the votes so far. 80% say green. That's interesting. 80% of you say green. Be interested to see what everybody else. There's 7 votes. 71% say green now. Okay. Interesting. The S&P is still going down. I've got $5 to go, and I'm buying my first share back in. Ed Nevius, happy birthday. Save it, save it, save it. We got 15 minutes yet. Sensei Crypto, yes, no cuts. Answer was what started the sell-off, indeed. Apple, Tesla, Google, Amazon all seem to be turning red. Indeed, they do. Well, I'm holding my position. I'm just going to buy when it goes lower. I've got some money to do that. Okay. The S&P at 370. That's where I'll buy it. Now, I don't mind buying it here. I'm waiting to add this to my Roth IRA. I like to trade the S&P. It's down 1.5. That's a decent amount. For the S&P. So anytime now I can buy it. I don't mind buying it at 375. I've got it at 380. So anywhere around here is good by me. Yes, I said at the time people were pricing in cuts in July. Martin, if you're buying Apple, don't buy any more. S&P, it's almost buying the same thing at this time with the weightings. No, I agree. I agree what you're saying. The S&P is like buying Apple. But I've just bought a new computer, right? I've just bought an Apple Mac. An Apple Studio. A Mac Studio. I've contributed to Apple right now, so I'm the reason why Apple's going to go up tomorrow. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look at the poll running right now. It's 7 votes so far. And as you can see, 7 votes and 71%. Let's refresh it, see if it's gone up any more. 8 votes now. 8 votes. There we go. Not bad at all. 75% say green. I like that. Okay. The question is, Martin, when are you selling to be able to buy the lows? 20 to 40% down from here, in my opinion, says Sensei. When am I selling? Well, unfortunately, things have changed. I was earning decent money every weekend to bring money in. That's now gone. I've cleared all my gigs to focus on this channel, to be here every day and take my weekends off so I can spend more time on the program. So that income's gone. I've had to invest in myself. I've had to go backwards to go forward. So I've lost all that money, all that cash coming in that would have earned 4.4% to later tomorrow, probably 4.6 if Robinhood pass it on. I would have been adding loads of cash. But that's now gone. I've invested more of my time on the channel, so yeah, I don't earn the money. That's gone. That's a big change. 2, my computer broke after a year and a half of streaming live to you guys. The computer got tired. I had to have it repaired. I've got it repaired. It's like brand new again now, new parts and everything. But that's a spare. So I've just invested $4,000, which is all the income I'm going to get over the next 6 months. So I can't even invest that way either. So, but again, I've gone backwards to go forwards. I think I need a more reliable system. I need to be, can't take a week off like last time. It's hopefully you've all noticed it's a better quality stream. So it's going to be tough right now, no question. How do I find the money? I've just got to go and grow on YouTube quicker, make more videos, do more stuff, get more members, get more super chats, and make more money. And my next payday is May 21st. That money's gone. I mean, it's June 21st now. I've got to increase my figures in May, and hopefully be able to earn more money to buy. But that's how it is right now. Sensei, his gold. Yeah, I've got a bit of gold right now, haven't I? You don't need to be selling here. You need to be selling here rather than adding if you want to take advantage of a recession. I understand what you're saying. I can't enter competition giveaway. It says 0 entries. What do you mean you can't enter? Yes, you can enter. It works. Many people have done it. I'll give it to you again. All you've got to do is go to that page, and you can do any one of those challenges. There's loads of things you can do. All right? The only reason why you might not be able to do it is if you're a bot or a scammer. But if you're a real person with a real email, then you will be able to. All right? There is the giveaway link in the chat. Here is the page. That link will take you to here. This is my secure website. And it says you can get your first ticket by using Twitter. You might not have Twitter. Retweet on Twitter if you want to retweet. If you don't use Twitter, but you use YouTube. You're on YouTube right now, so you get 1 ticket by just by clicking that. You're already on YouTube, so there's 1 ticket there. Visit my channel. You're on my channel now. Click that and you'll get 1 ticket. Visit my website. Just by coming on the website, you get a ticket. Very, very easy. It's 100% foolproof. We've had loads of people do it. There's no reason whatsoever unless, your email isn't real or whatever. But it should be absolutely fine. Okay, 22. What about this, Martin? Go all in cash. other than 10,000 in the market and make it a thing people can follow. 10 to 100,000 or whatever, and promote your channel as that journey. You mean sell all my stocks, so 53,000, sell everything other than 40,000. I believe in the markets. I believe in investing. I like taking profits and reinvesting, but I'm already in and selling everything and sitting in cash. Admittedly, I'd earn 4.4, maybe 4.6 tomorrow. That would be great. Guaranteed, no stress, 4.6% profit without doing anything. I get it. But by doing that, you are saying that for that to make sense, the markets have to come down. If they go up and leave me behind, I've got to buy in for a higher price. I don't want to do that, do I? It's great if they go down and I can buy back cheaper, like 20, 40%, like Sensei is saying and you're suggesting. But what if that doesn't happen? I like to think 3 or 4 moves ahead like a chess player. What if that doesn't happen? What if it goes down 1 or 2% and hardly moves and then starts going up? I'm waiting to get back in again and then always feeling regretful. I would rather stay in, take no capital gains tax on anything that's profitable because my S&P is profitable by 6%. Just stay in and hold it. Reinvest the dividends, which I will get by staying in. I think scalping my Roth IRA is the way to go because I'm taking profits off the top without paying any tax, without touching the bulk of my investments. I don't know. I like it the way it is. You'll then have a load of cash on the sidelines for this. If there's a big drop. Yeah, but if there's not, I'm going to feel pretty rubbish. The first link in the text is wrong. It is added best at the end. Hang on. The first. Oh, hang on. I did it twice on the same line. Sorry about that. Ali, all it was I did it twice. There you go. There's the link. The link's fine. I did it. I entered with Twitter. There you go. I followed you. Excellent. Well, if I go over to Twitter now, I shall see you're a follower. 608 followers. There you go. Gabs, I don't think you followed me. Unless that's Top Rack. That's not you. I retweeted also. Okay. I don't see you following me. Are you one of these people here? Let me refresh that. Is that you? Oh, hang on. Followers. There you go. That's probably you there, right? You probably just followed me there. There we go. Yes, I see it now. Yeah, 609. See, it's gone up. There you go. Oh, sorry. I wasn't sharing it on the screen. I apologize. Sorry, I wasn't showing you on the screen. There you go. I'll do you again. There you go. Right. There you go. Followers. Are you probably one of these here? Is this you? This is probably you. Bayo Hyung, maybe. Anyway, there you go. Sorry, I wasn't sharing it on the thing. Keep scalping and lowering these prices, Martyn. You're doing it the right way. I'm happy with what I'm doing. I think you need more cash than $400. I've actually got 1,000 at the moment. Long term in markers, you will be fine. But in cash is needed to take opportunity in the recession coming in. I get you, but being completely frank, you're not balanced at all. Welcome to my world. I'm not balanced at all. You're dead right there. You're massively overweight stocks compared to your net worth. It is extremely risky if you aren't earning much to keep adding. Much higher chance than we have a bad year if what the Fed is saying is true. U&O, why are people saying recession is a certainty? Jay Powell just said he thinks it's more likely they'll avoid one than it's happening. No one knows. The reality is nobody actually knows. I just got Twitter to show respect. You're demanding invest show concept. Thank you ever so much, Top Rack. Thank you very much indeed. That's you on the screen. Thank you very much indeed. Thanks for your follow. Appreciate it. I post all my trades in there, and I appreciate that very, very much indeed. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Very much indeed. Okay. U&O says 22. Oh, hang on. We're seconds away from the bell. Here we go. I nearly missed it. Fed will never admit a recession is coming because it's self-fulfilling prophecy. 2 minutes to go, 30 seconds to go. He's kind of right, LOL. Hate to say it. Arnold the Palmer. Have you checked your gold, Martin? No, I haven't. Should I go and have a look? Okay, here we go. A few seconds to go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The bell has now gone. Let me check my gold. It's GLD, isn't it? I'm looking at it now. There we go. I'm looking at GLD right now. Here's my gold position. You know the answer to this. Let me have a look. Here's my gold position. Because of you, I got into gold. This is a small position, no, but I'm up 2.64. And there you go. I'm up 64 cents. Not a lot, but I've only got $25, but I'm up 2.25 bucks. But there's my gold position. Yes, thank you very much for reminding me. That's looking good. All right. You're welcome. Thank you very much indeed. Really appreciate you a lot. Consider becoming a member. You'll notice 95% of our live viewers are. Because what the membership does, I don't make any money from doing live streams. I make money from making videos, all right? I mean pennies, like couple of bucks a day. It's the memberships that give me about $7-8 a day. The membership is what pays for my internet, keeps this going while I'm investing in myself. And but I don't just take the money and go, thanks ever so much. I reinvest it, like you just see me now buy a $4,000 computer. But what I do is I make videos for you. I do polls for you. I answer all your questions. All the comments, questions you ask me on Twitter and on YouTube, I answer all those questions. We arrange cash giveaways. You get 20 times back what you put in. That's what everyone says. Okay, so consider that. Anyway, 22. Jay Powell literally said he thought it was 50-50. Why does that not apply to your self-fulfilling prophecy theory? Not buying that one. U&O doesn't agree with that. Well, that's what this channel is about. Everyone has their own opinions. Okay, so then, folks, I'm going to put a countdown on the clock. Sensei Crypto, are you here? Sensei Crypto, are you here? It's Ali's birthday today. Ali Tisro is Sensei Crypto. There he is. Sensei, are you ready for your birthday? Birthday surprise. Okay. I need to change the position of this really bad. Can we look at QCOM earnings? We can. In 14 minutes and 22 seconds, we will do Ali's birthday. It's his birthday today, and we will do it. Absolutely fantastic. We will do Ali's birthday in a few moments' time. And yes, I can. Got you in the background, says Crag over on Rumble. If you're able to keep another tab open for Rumble, it would help me. Because it earns ad revenue just like YouTube. It would really, really help. But I do actually think, Crag, that it's a bit of a scam right now. It's a great platform. It's just like YouTube. However, there's nobody there. It says 22 are watching, and I don't believe it for a second because no one's liked the video. No one has commented other than my members here. You, let's see. So I don't believe that there's anybody actually really watching. That's the honest truth. I do this too much not to recognize these signs. Anyway. Yes, 15-minute. Right, Sensei, share the link to all your family and friends because in 13 minutes we're going to be live celebrating your birthday. So you need to share the link below the video. Get everybody here. Get everyone tuned in. Can we look at QCOM? Yes, we can. So let's go to QCOM. Mullen is starting to move up 2% in the after hours. I'm not taking any attention of it though. QCOM. C-O-M. Qualcomm. There we go. Qualcomm. Oh! Qualcomm engages in the development and provision of digital telecommunications product and services. It operates through the following segments. Qualcomm, as you can see, it has dropped 3.4 after hours, 2.92 today. What a drop. It was 116. It's now 108. It rose all week into the earnings and then just fallen off. It's down 12% over the month, 16% over the last 3 months, 24% over the last year. Oh, hey, how about that? What does it do as far as a dividend? 2.58, but of course we want to check how good and reliable the dividend is. 11.19. It's not inexpensive. It's not overly expensive either. 65% buy rating. The expectation was a lot lower, and it met it. It didn't miss on it, but not great. When you lower the expectations, you expect to meet it. So that's not one for me, I'm afraid. Not one for me. But there you go. There's a quick look at it for Ali. Gold's going up in the after hours very slightly. The S&P is coming back up again. It didn't go low enough. I nearly bought it. I was going to buy it at 370. Got to 374. Fed's job is price stability and maximum employment. They don't say things that would be detrimental to those goals, says 22. UNO comes back and says, saying there will be a minor recession is not the same as signaling there will be a major one. That also doesn't mean a recession happens just because Jay Powell says it. Good point. Unless it is to help one of the two mandates. This coming recession reminds me of the Loch Ness Monster. A lot of talk, but no sightings. I like that. UNO, the Fed as a mandate, they are not impartial and always working towards those mandates. They will not say anything that doesn't help their goals. Okay. If they said there'll be 100% be a major recession, it would be terrible, as they won't be doing their job to promote price stability. That is correct. What data is suggesting there will be a major recession? Okay, good conversation going on here. I like it. Good conversation going on. Right, 10 minutes ago, before the inversion of the bond yields. All right, the S&P is coming up. 10 minutes ago, before we have our birthday celebration, we're down 0.36. Let's do day trader of the day because we're going to do a birthday. Crag says, this is what Crag is saying over on Rumble. Over on Rumble, this is Crag, and he is saying to me in the chat, although could be people watching not logged in the way, if not logged in on YouTube, can't comment or smash. No, that is true. But Craig, I have to tell you, I've done this a long time, so I've got some experience on this, of course. To have 18 watching and not one single like and not one single comment. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I'm talking to people and I'm engaging with them and I'm asking them to. They're not even following. These followers are all you. So right now I'm. Yeah, it's a bit suspicious. It's very suspicious. If I'm honest, I don't actually believe it's real. So in fact, I was going to make a video at this and I forgot to do it. So I'm going to do it now, and I'm going to put this out and send it to Rumble. Okay, 2 hours 38. Let me make it now. 2 hours 38. Okay, I've done this too long to know it's real. Let me clear the timer for Ali, because we know it's going to be in 8 minutes. So we'll clear that. We know what we're doing there. Okay, let me go back to this screen a minute. In fact, I can just start on here. I can start going back to Rumble. Okay, here we go. Here's Rumble. Okay. Is Rumble real or fake? Right now, I'm streaming. I'm a full-time streamer. I go live up to 10 hours a day on multi-platforms. And in the last couple of days, I've signed up for Rumble. So I've got some experience in streaming. Now, I want to share this with you. Right now, I have, across all my platforms, hundreds of thousands of followers over on TikTok. I have 36,000 followers. On each of my YouTube channels, about 5,000-6,000 subscribers. I have over 500,000 on my website registered over the years. 15,000 on Facebook, and the list goes on. So I have a good number of followers across all my platforms, okay? This is my broadcast right now on Rumble. I've only been doing it a few days, and if I zoom in, I'll share with you a few interesting facts. Right, 28 people are following me. That's my members here on YouTube who I asked to follow me. They've followed me, which is great, okay? Nobody else. But that's okay, you don't expect followers on day one. However, what's interesting is, look at this. Right now, Rumble is saying 23 people are watching me live. 23. However, only one like. That doesn't make any sense because I'm engaging, talking to the audience. I'm asking them to comment. In my live chat, only me and one of my members have commented. Now, you could argue if you're not logged in, just like on YouTube, you can't comment, you can't like, those kind of things. That is true. But in my experience of doing online streaming for several years now, if you get that many people watching, out of my averages, I know how many people watch me across all my platforms, and there is no likes, there is no down likes, there is no comments, there are no live chats. The question I pose to you is Rumble real or is it a scam? Now, I actually own my own platform, Livestreamer Cafe. I have my own platform, and that's running right now. Look at this. Let me share with you. This is my very own platform. I've written a platform just like Rumble. This is my own platform right now. However, this is completely honest. There is one person watching, me, right now. So it shows you one person is using my platform. That's real and acceptable. We haven't marketed the program. It's done on a shoestring. I've got no money to promote it, but I have my own program, just like Rumble. This is my very own program. But as you can see, one viewer. That's real. Now, we could have made up software that would tell all our viewers there are hundreds of people watching you, because that way it makes everyone feel more engaged and more excited. But we don't do that. We're all about transparency and honesty. But on Rumble, they're telling me 21 people are watching now. Now, I'm making this during a live broadcast. I'm actually making this during a live broadcast, inviting those viewers to comment. No one's liking, no one's commenting. So I'm going to send this video to Rumble. But my suggestion is this. I actually believe, with my experience, that right now, Rumble is made up of fictitious viewers and made up of bots. So I will say over the last few days that I've been doing it, I've earned 84 cents in ad revenue. 80 cents of that, though, was a super chat was given to me. So I've made 4 cents in revenue. And by the numbers I've had, actually, that's not right, because, and in fact, that's very low, because the numbers I've had are run into the thousands of views, and yet I've only earned 4 cents. 4 cents would have implied, if it was on the same ratio as YouTube, 4 views over 20 videos that I've put out over the last week or so. The fact I've only earned 4 cents would tell me that I only have had 4 views. So this is what I put to Rumble right now. Rumble appears to be a bit of a scam. It's a great platform. It looks just like YouTube. I'm on it. I'm using it, but I don't think anybody's watching me. I'd like your thoughts below. If you just tuned in for the very first time, please do subscribe to me or follow me on Rumble and let me know. Smash the like button, subscribe and ring the bell. Do all the good stuff. And here's Mr. Mini-Me to remind you to smash the like button and join me every day up to 10 hours a day. Join me live and let me know, is Rumble a scam? Are they making up numbers? I think they are. There you go. Until next time, from Mr. Mini-Me and me, take care of yourselves and each other. All right, there we go. I'll put that out later on and see what happens. But they're a publicly traded company, SEC regulated, so I'd be surprised if they're making up stuff. Anyway. Let me read the comments. Top Rack says, please be so nice to tell which platform you are using for stock please be so nice to tell which platform you are using for stock analysis. I'm using Robinhood, and if you use my referral, you get free stocks. You earn free stocks with my referral. Would you like my referral? Let me give it to you right now. Are you in America? Top Rack. Before I give you the link, are you in America? Why would you want Fed maximum employment? They want employment to soften to tackle inflation, says UNO. Hope you bin Rumble, says Keaton S. UNO is a dual mandate from 22. It does sound sus. Is it linked through YouTube, as the viewing numbers seem to be following pretty closely to your numbers on YouTube? No. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's a completely different stream. RTMP, it's completely different. No, it's not linked to YouTube. It's linked to YouTube as in they can download my link. But no, I'm streaming there independently. Now then, just bin it then, says Keaton S. Martyn has rumbled them. UNO exactly what we admit recession is imminent. Martyn, I sent you a picture via Instagram. You're going to want to see it. It's to do with Virgin. Louis Cottrell, a picture via Instagram. Louis Cottrell, I can only share links and information on stocks from verified users. If you are a member, it's one of our things that we do here. So we got everything genuine, real. I put my name behind what I post. So here is our invitation to join. You get 20 times back what you put in, but then you can share the links and so on. You're from Turkey. Okay, I don't have an app I can share with you in Turkey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that, Top Rack. I'm very, very sorry. Time will tell, I guess. You're a stockbroker now, remember. Remember, Martyn. I'm a stockbroker, a stockholder. Yeah, I know. Yeah. No, I'm from Turkey, he says. All right. Thank you very much indeed. Okay. Now then, folks, it's time to celebrate a birthday, a very special birthday. I've got a comment here from Craig. Martyn, you should message Rumble on Twitter and ask them to promote you. They put tweets out all the time promoting new streamers on the platform, and you're more known than some of the ones I've seen them promote. Craig, I will do that, but I will first of all make this video and see what they make of that. But anyway, we're now going to celebrate a birthday. We're now going to celebrate a birthday. So here we go. All messages, live chat. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to celebrate. Is Sensei here? How old your birthday boy? Where is he? Sensei. Yes, he's here. He's here. Okay. You ready? Sensei. Okay. So, yes, he's in the house. What I want everyone to do is we're going to go to this part of the studio and we want everyone to scroll down through here and let's get the smoke out. Let's get the haze out. All right? Are you ready? If you're watching me over on TikTok, you have to watch it on the screen right now. So we're going back behind me. Let me change the lights. Here we go. Okay, we're getting in position. Okay. All right. We're just getting ready to go right now. So we're going to bring up the happy birthday overlay. Here we go. There it is. Ready to rock and roll. So where is Sensei? Is Sensei in the house? We're just lighting up the studio. Couple more moments to go and I'll be back there. All right, is Sensei here? Where's he gone? Where's Sensei? He's in the house. I just commented and I want everyone's name scrolling through and you'll see me in a couple of seconds. Where is Sensei? He was here a moment ago. I want to make sure he's here. Are you here? We're doing it now. He's in the chat. He was here a second ago. Happy 40. If he's 40, I don't think he's 40, is he? I don't think so. Yes, he's here. Okay, everybody, start doing happy birthday. Let's go over to the studio. Let's do happy birthday for Sensei. You ready? Okay, here we go. All right. Okay. It's Sensei's special day. Are you ready? Let's get ready into the house. Okay, everybody now, happy birthday. I want to see it scrolling through. Come on as fast as you can. I want to see it going all the way through. It's starting to move. You ready? Okay, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, no, to you. Happy birthday, Ali Tisro. Happy birthday to you, to you, to you, to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, no, to you. Happy birthday, Sensei Crypto. Happy birthday to you. Diddly bum, diddly bum. Oh! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, no, to you. Happy birthday, Senso Crypto. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, na 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 to you. Happy birthday, Ali Tisro. Happy birthday to you. Birthday, Ali. Happy birthday, Ali Tisro. Fantastic. Great stuff. Thank you ever so much indeed. Let's go back to the main part of the studio. Don't forget, Ali, is if you clip the video, the pair of scissors under the video, you can save it, put it on your social media from when it started and to when it finished, and this will be your very own video. If you download it and put it on any of your social media, whenever it pops up, the copyright, I will give it to you, and it'll be yours to keep forever. Fantastic. I will see you back in the morning. Let's go over now to the main part of the studio. Here we go. All right. Got to change around the studio now. Okay. Back over here again. And let's come back into the main part of the studio. Let me take out the birthday overlays. There we go. And we are back with you once again. All righty then. That was fun. Let me see all the comments. What did we get there during all of that? Let me change my screen for the stocks a moment. There we go. And let me go over to this screen here. There we go. You can see all the smoke going crazy behind me. Let's have a little look. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Oh, look at that. Is Mike broken? Happy Ali, there's Mike. Oh, Mike, how's your mum? How's your mum? Wow, mad skills on the piano. Thank you so much indeed. Wow, wow, wow. Very fast. Oh, yes, warming up there. Lovely. Thanks, Martyn. You're very, very welcome. Thanks, Ali. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Look at that. Love it. Cheers, Mike. I am on Rumble. Let's have a look. I don't see you, Top Rack, on Rumble. Are you in the? I don't see you in the chat. Come in here. This is the live chat. Look, I only see Crag. Come in and say hi. Look, you just go in there and go hi like that. All right, that's how you do it. But I don't see any comments. Look, got no likes on the video. I mean, nothing. Rubbish. What's going on? Anyway. Fabi, wow, he said a bit of time took to verify. Oh, a bit of time to verify the account. Okay, only just noticed there's a smoke machine. You just noticed? What do you mean you just noticed? Where you been? It's a haze machine. Yeah, we got everything going on here. Look, moving lights, LED, everything. Absolutely everything. Happy birthday. Founders flight. Elon Musk is confirmed on second alongside Tom Hanks for third. Then the younger founders will follow. M4, there's no evidence of this. I know you keep telling me every day, but there's no evidence of this whatsoever. I keep inviting you to be a member. But he says it every day. We'll have King Charles flying on it in a minute. But, I'm very happy to share the information if I get it. I just am not getting it. All right. And Virgin Galactic, with all this amazing news, is going down again. There you go. There's amazing news that Virgin Galactic is about to have the King of England flying on the rocket, but yet the stocks are going down. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Got all the gear, absolutely. All right. All right, okay, that's it for today then. So we're going to get off right now. That's it for me. I'm done. I think we're done. The S&P's coming up slightly. I'm happy with that. The overall position. My gold is up today, which is nice. My Roth IRA is down slightly. I think we'll do day trader of the day right now. So go to your main portfolio, and we're back in the morning. We've got the Apple earnings tomorrow as well. So right now we are down 0.28%. There we go, down 2.8%. Once the first person posts, I will give you a minute on the clock, and hopefully you'll all comment with your scores today. I'm down 0.28. What do you do the rest of the day once you come off air? Setting up the studio, eat, sleep, wash, clean the house, tidy up. But I'm pretty much, this is the full time, you know, in between, like in a minute when this finishes, I've got to put together that video, make some more shorts, put those out, my reaction to the Fed. I've got to reply to all my comments on YouTube. I've got to keep the studio clean. Got to have my dinner, wash my clothes. I mean, this is my full-time job. This is my full-time thing. I'm in here doing this all the time with you. Gold, 2.5% from all-time highs. Can you have a scroll through my gold report? Sensei tips on your Discord. Okay, let me do it right now. Yes, I can. Let's Sensei crypto tips. A gold comprehensive report. Look at this. This is, look at this. Sensei with his gold and silver. Oh, I love it. Look at that. Look at that, look. Brilliant, isn't it? This is Sensei's gold and silver. I love all this. 007, look at that. Look at that. I love it. Very nice indeed. Added some coins for my birthday as well. Absolutely brilliant. Hey, check you out. Right, you wanted me to read this. Let me have a quick look, and I will open it up. What is it? What is it? Can you read? Can you have a scroll through? Oh, have a scroll through, not read it. I was going to say, bloody hell. I could have a, yeah, here it is. Here it is. I could have a read through of this. How many pages are there? There are, well, there are 11, 10. There we go. There are 9 pages I could read and make a video out of. Look at that. I could read that many. Can I get rid of the sidebar? Yes, I can. So that's as far in as you can go. Okay. I could actually read through all of this. Risk for investing in gold. I could make a video out of this. What do you reckon? How long would it take me to read all that? Hey, shall we make a video? I could make a video, a comprehensive commodity report. I like it. I could make a video out of this and then overlay it with images of gold and everything else. I like it. This is a script. This is a perfect script for a video. I like it. We could actually make a video out of this. I could make a video out of this and then overlay it. With all the information, the graphics over the top. Not bad at all. I'm thinking this could work. This could work. What I can do is I can go full screen on here. I'm actually thinking of doing it. Let's have a little look. I wonder if I can go full screen on this PDF. Take away the top bar. There you go. Will take a while. No, it wouldn't actually, because there's only you've only got to go down as far as there. Only got to go down as far as there. Risking for gold. You've only got to go down as far as there. So it's not all the way down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video, Ali. I'm going to make a video on gold, and I'm going to use this as my script. And there you go. I'm going to do it. Not this precise moment, I'm not, because outside there's a man bloody making a lot of noise. Hear that? I don't want to do it now with some flipping idiot with this bloody great blower machine outside my house, but I will do it afterwards. Nice collection, Sensei. And I'll show some images over the top of gold and silver and all that. It'd be quite good. Right. Anyway, I think we are done. It's time to wrap up today's show. We're back in the morning. And with the earnings for Apple after hours, here's the link if you want this. Okay, if you want to be the first person. Now, I will tell you that my music channel is on 3,400 watch hours, 600 hours to go. If everybody did it, we'd do it now in an hour. I've got 5,000 subscribers, but there you go. There's my music channel. Please go and I'll do it 3 times. There you go. There's my music channel. Please do. And we can get that done. All right, let's go back to the main channel. But I think we're going to wrap up right there. You don't see my post on Rumble. Let me go to Rumble right now. Let's have a look. I'm live here right now. Let's have a look. This is me live right now on Rumble. Let me refresh the screen just in case. No, I don't. Are you watching me live right now? Are you in the FOMC live? Oh, I've got a like. Oh, there's your comment. Yes, hello. There you go. See? Real people, real commenting. There you go. Hello. I see you. How are you doing? And I can reply to you. There. Go into the live chat. Hi there. Oh, ho there. I'm like bloody Father Christmas, am I? All right, there you go. Comment. There you go. Look. There you go. You are on the screen. Excellent. So it does work. Come into the live chat. So there you go. It does prove it works. It just proves there's nobody really here. So it's all a make-believe. Anyway, I do see your comments. Thanks, Craig. Been busy while I'm out of the stock market. Okay. We're going to roll the credits. I would actually make that video right now, but unfortunately, I've got some clown outside my house, so I'm not going to bother. Let's roll the credits then. Here we go. I'll see you back in the morning between now and then. I can't even hear the background music because there's some lunatic cutting the grass outside with his tank. All right, let's roll the credits. Only in America, people cut the grass with tanks. Right. Not a little fly-mo. We've got no credits this afternoon. There's no super chats. Nothing to celebrate. Oh, that's rubbish. Get rid of that then. That was a waste of bloody time. Why did I even bother with that? Let's get rid of that. Top rack link posted. Link posted. Oh, you shared my... I am live there. Are you? Let me go over to you now. Yeah, I've been watching you. You've been commenting in the comments, but not in the live chat. Anyway, I'm going to end the credits because we haven't got any credits today. So we're going to end that. Bring out the credits. There we go. Close clown outside your house, Martin. Hello, MSK. Yeah, someone's cutting the grass with the tank. Yeah, don't even start me on it. Yeah, thanks, Crag. Been busy buying more. I'm out of the stock market. You don't see my posts on Rumble. I do. Who taught you the piano? I had piano lessons by Miss Latrobe when I was 4 years of age to the age of 12. Ha, only in America. Yeah, can't have an electric Flymo. We got to have a bloody great tank with 5 men blowing it everywhere. All they do is blow it onto the next door neighbour and he blows it back. Yes, Leah? It's a chainsaw. Oh, he's cutting the trees. Is he taking your tree down? Trimming. Oh, is he? All right. We got a bloke with a chainsaw. My dad used to use a bow saw. You know what a bow saw is? A bow saw is a little saw by hand. And you hold one hand on one person on one end and you just do backwards and forwards. My dad used to do that. He was always out working. He was fit as you like. Now what we do is we turn up with a chainsaw which you can chop your house in half. We use that. Anyway, there you go. That's it from me. Have a great evening, everyone. Have a great birthday, Sensei. Thanks, Crag. That's it. I'm out of here. So thank you so much indeed. Thanks for being here. I'm going to get on now and make... Oh, by the way, Sensei, your special thing is here, right next to me. Ready and willing and able. Okay. Check this. Top Rack. You can't post any comments. Screenshot. I am on a live chat. Top Rack, you can't share comments in the YouTube chat. It's not possible. You can only share on Discord, okay? That's just the way it works. You might be posting it, but you can't actually see it. It doesn't show up, okay? Right, I've got to go. I've got to make videos, and I'll see you all back in a bit. All right? So as always, Top Rack, it's working. I can see you commenting to me on YouTube. All right, but you can't share links in the live chat on YouTube. Only moderators and myself can do that. You can see yourself doing it, but it doesn't show up for everybody. You've got to be a YouTube a member, and then I give you access to Discord to do that. All right, okay. Happy birthday, Malk UK. That's it from me. Have a lovely evening from all of us here. We want to wish our sponsor, Ali Tisro, Sensei Crypto, a lovely happy birthday. I hope you all enjoyed the song. I'll see you back in the morning. Big day tomorrow. It's Apple earnings. As always, take care of your money, your crypto. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye for now.